Oh gosh. Huh. It's become almost a habit or a tradition of sort for me to get a hiccup just before I'm about to start. Alright, hopefully that won't play. Oh shit. God damn it. Anyway, alrighty gamers. How's everybody doing tonight? It is currently Sunday evening in the Eurolands, and we're getting ready to rock Bounty Hunters event number 116, I believe. We are, of course, a weekly recurring show match event for Guilty Gear Strive, open to all skill levels and players of all regions, at least theoretically, as long as we can find good matches between the players. But let's dive straight into it and start talking about the lineup tonight. So it is perhaps a little bit of a set play evening tonight, a night of blazing blenders, if you will. Perhaps only the double Nagos and the Leo breaking the mold, and maybe Unji as well. Although Butterfly does offer some capabilities for holding the opponent down while you go for pressure, although surely not quite as prominent as many of these other Blender characters here. We've got the Bikens, we've got Milias, we've got Bridgets and Enos, as well as Johnny and Jacko. That's honestly almost all of the characters who force you into nutty situations on knockdown in Guilty Gear Strive. A through and through Guilty Gear character representation. As well, I guess this franchise for some has always been strongly colored by the who gets the first knockdown wins kind of mentality in the past. Although, I can assure you as an OG Gear player that sometimes there's more to the story than that. But either way, let's take it from top to the bottom, or maybe from the bottom of the card to the top, if you will. The biggest boy matchup tonight is gonna be Anime Memes Ino, a Russian Ino master with an outstanding recent record on Bounty Hunters, virtually sporting no losses whatsoever for the past year. That's basically the caliber of players we're talking about here. However, they're gonna face the Nago player with hot hands from Finland. Jufee Nagoriyuki is making a quick comeback after last week's dominant performance, and looking to showcase just how fast and furious Nago can be played in Season 3. It is quite the sight to behold. In the matchup number 5 slot, we've got the most active bounty hunter of all time, who is Radune Leo, the showman, entering the fray against Whammel Bridget, who honestly hasn't gotten enough screen time on bounty hunters in my opinion. Radune's aggressive playstyle tends to clash very, very hard with the opponents, leading into a lot of high tension, high risk, high reward situations. And Whammel's gonna be posed with a problem here. How to tame a lion, how to keep the gorilla at arms, or perhaps we should say yo-yo's length here. In the number 4 slot, Rijeka making comeback after his debut roughly a month ago, if I recall correctly, and very appreciated showings with Milia too, since Milia is one of the rare finds on bounty hunters statistically, and not just bounty hunters. I think Milia has been very rare character overall. Perhaps to be changed here on Season 3, as they say that Milia is looking much better comparatively with all the system changes and all what have you. Although still, one of the rarer characters, so we will observe the situation as we proceed deeper and deeper into Season 3. What was I about to say? Well, anyway, answering the call tonight is Decoy Snail Jacko versus Rijeka. And it's gonna be an interesting class as the hypermobile assassin goes against the screen-controlling menace that Jacko is. Then we got in the number 3 slot. We've got, of course, good old Nago versus Anji, a matchup we've seen over and over again on Bounty Hunters, but a matchup that never seems to disappoint, honestly, when it comes to the entertainability. Is that even an English word, entertainability? Definitely, what are they called? Fire will be tossed around. Fireworks, that's the word I was looking for. Fireworks will fry? Hello? From left to right, as it is. Yeah, stakes are absolutely high in this one. Aatreus spinning forth to meet the blade of Nagoriyuki's de facto wife and lover. It is her, the one and only, ULTINEET Nagoriyuki, here to spread the gospel. Also check the Daily Nagoriyuki on Twitter, hint hint. But yeah, spin you must for Nago sports so much oppressive screen control and neutral skip that you kind of have to brave yourself and face it all head on as Anji. In a clash of precise timings to determine if Nago strikes will successfully be spun or not. Matchup where it all goes to shit very fast and one player can definitely snowball into victory, as both these characters are red Wild Assault users as well. In the number 2 slot, we've got the clash of new and semi-new characters here. Bridget versus Johnny. 2 characters sporting massive range for their pokes and a nasty-ass game plan to back up any heart knockdowns that you're able to score. Jin Bridget. In fact, did previously play this very same matchup a couple of events ago, if I recall correctly, versus it was against Blues Johnny. Yeah, I think so, Blues Johnny. So Jin should have a little bit of experience under their belt for sure. And tonight they will face no other than McNuggleton, yet another strong player taking a step into the wonderful world of Johnny for the first time on Bounty Hunters. Good hunting, G. Let's see how it goes. I think, like I've kept saying against, about Johnny players. A lot of Johnny players have been fairly happy with the characters so far. So here's to hoping that McNuggleton will find some love and joy piloting this one. But as time draws close, perhaps it is relevant to start talking about the spectacle at hand. We're opening up tonight's event with a bike and mirror match. Big thanks, of course, to Sifu from North Macedonia, jumping in on a short notice to sub for the previous player. And they will be facing HombreLocal, a Spanish biking player who's gonna be making their Bounty Hunters debut tonight, right here, right now, or perhaps we should say in just a couple of minutes. That reminds me, I should probably ping the players, just in case, because the show must go on, and it's a long one. So we want to try to make everything work as seamlessly as possible. We got Sifu ready to rocket. And now we just need our first timer, HombreLocal. Right, both players are primed and ready. Inbound, we've got Guilty Gear coming your way in just a second. Now, for me, actually one of the more interesting things about this matchup is being able to watch two blue Wild Assault users on the screen at the same time. Blue Assault is kind of a hybrid between the red and the white one, sporting some amount of features from both sides. Of course, the momentum and partly the combo ability of the red Assault, but then also the setup potential in the form of Guard Crush of the white one. And for Baiken, Blue Assault kind of means that you can basically reset your hits into Blue Assault into Escabari at will, if you so desire, for those improved physics setups as well as plus frames. So a very nice, you know, kind of if you just want to reset your pressure with the most amount of value possible. I think generally, like, Red Assault users get the choice to cancel into their plus frame of choice and to play the usual very nasty tick throw that is basically the basic layer 1 mix-up of Guilty Gear Strive. But Blue Assault users get a little bit more in that regard. And it's kind of interesting how... Of course, the majority of the cast does sport the red one. And a lot of characters have had their sort of blind spots covered by the red Assault, such as, you know, Ramlethal being able to hit confirm out of like far/pokes from full screen or stuff like that. I think previous patch, or basically all the for the duration of how, basically through the duration of Baiken's life cycle on Strive, she's always had the difficulty of, you know, being unable to confirm some of her pokes efficiently from far range. So Baiken didn't get that red Wild Assault advantage for Season 3. So I guess her primary, you know, downside is still at certain ranges where you know, can't quite make your stuff like far/, quite work. Can't quite make it go into a perfect conversion. But let's see, HombreLocal was rocking the pink color, right? I'm gonna try to determine from the... Still trying to figure out which player is the which. All right, HombreLocal is the pink one. That's confirmed, and I should flip the players around as well to represent the sides. All right. No, wait, that's not pink. That's actually orange. Am I colorblind? Help! Either way, sifu with the original colors, of course, fishing with the best button you have out there, jump slash, sports really nice range horizontally as well as pretty decently deep range from jump-ins as well, as you can see here. Really a jump-in that does quite a lot of stuff that you would love an air button to do naturally. Ooh, there we go, with the air dash over Yozan. A trick as old as time when you need to go over or just to hunt for one more touch. Yozan, of course, has a lot of different functions, but that's one of them. We go once again, and being a very slow option as well, calling out the parry option this time. Hombre gets tagged momentarily by Sifu's. Oh my goodness, tried to RC combo, but Hombre was basically queuing up that reversal super first possible frame after that hit. A little early for the throw here, and Hombre goes for the punish, switches sides. I like it. Since they didn't quite have the Wild Assault ready to go, nor the meter to hit confirm that, they just chose to kind of better their position, air dash over the opponent, and if that Yozen was not to hit, they would have still been in the very dominant position, having your opponent facing the corner or back against the corner. Air tatami protects the airspace. Very far there. Ooh, nice, another Yozen hit. Drive-by, if you will. Keeping the tatamis up, keeping the jump slashes up. Ooh, gold burst. We still got those nowadays. It's very interesting how... Oh, guard crush from behind, plus frames, but doesn't manage to convert this situation into anything big. Now switching. Whoa, from where? 6B working as intended, as it is, you know, as they do tend to work in Guilty Gear games. Switch sides, switch it back. It's a very intricate dance of back and forth for the control of the corner. Very nicely placed air dash jump slash. Took a little bit of a neutral jump there, checking if the opponent wants to whip something. Probably saw the kabare coming in and then chose to air dash in as a result. Go for a parry there. Nice sifu finds the 2S. Big one, counter hit. Converting into the Yozen drive-by. Red RC doesn't quite get the corner. We still have full burst meter ready to go if players want to go for the wild assault. Of course, interesting, we mentioned the gold burst earlier. I've sort of observed, and other players have observed as well, the meta of the season 2, where you would try to go as much for the gold burst as possible, is kind of changing here in season 3 as we have got the wild assault. But now, speaking of the gold burst, once again negating the gunshot completely with the gold burst. That was definitely worth the use. Now Hombre is gonna gather almost full burst meter back and going for the setup with Matt from the front, biking from the back, the perfect sandwich. Where to block, I'm not sure, and Sifu probably didn't know either. Holding that still, we still have the instant overhead. Oh, there we go with that blue assault. Getting an air hit with that. Is this safe jump or not? No. There is quite a bit of landing recovery out of the tatami mat still. Very delayed Yozen. Damn, the timing is everything. So Hombre did kind of go for either naturally delayed option or just didn't choose to perform the instant overhead Yozen at the earliest possible moment, allowing Sifu to whip that sorry, not Azami in this game, the Hiragi, the parry in this game, and get a punish that way. Moving backwards, so the jump slash didn't quite hit, confirm immediate burst against the Yozen hit. Now Hombre has the wild assaults primed and ready to go on command. Very nice, jump slash hits, but not leading into anything super big yet. Both players landing those Yozens back and forth. Oh, gun for gun, Bobo actually trading hits. That's a very useful info to know in terms of if the opponent wants to play this kind of RPS, both Viking players standing at full screen, if they fire guns at each other, then technically the player who has the life advantage is, well, at an advantage. Especially if you basically can't kill with the gunshot. Sifu holding Hombre still with the tatami mat, getting a nice conversion, but no heart knockdown here. Jump slash hits from a precarious angle, ready to go with that parry, and cashing out with that RC as well. Another one. Is it gonna be enough? Hombre chooses, it is time to burst here. This is a tough comeback, but I mean, that's kind of what you have to go for. It was their last chance. Oh, holy momentum! And back into it. Sifu with the perfect angle, able to avoid the gunshot, was already mid-air, so a perfect position to react and air dash forward. There is gonna be no way out of that one unless you have another extra 50 meter ready to go, and Hombre, I think, didn't have it that time.
Duel 1.
Right, the initial data has been gathered. Now, how are we gonna proceed from now on? Sifu earlier attempting a 6B here early to the round. or rather the game number 4. This is of course the very classic Viking gameplay. In previous installments, you would also have a very defensive position if you just kept neutral jumping or back jumping into some of your best air options, often being the air tatami, jump back air tatami, as well as jump back air jump slash. Right, punish with a throw, set it up, another one, going into the same situation once again, finds the low, finds the kill. This is the power of Viken. We shouldn't say any knockdown, but especially the throw hits, that kind of makes Viken not really a grappler, but a character that would definitely love to score those throws more than some other characters. The throw is the perfect setup for some of the most messed up situations imaginable. Attaches the escapari. Oh, speaking of the devil, and then is it gonna be high? Is it gonna be low? Is it gonna be back or front? Nobody knows until it hits. You just have to guess. Ooh, Yosa's hitting from behind. Not quite getting the punish. And here deems that the reversal super isn't gonna hit from behind, so using 50 meter to save themselves. Sifu here. And good tech, both players deeming that's the fastest possible option we can do in that clash in the air. One more is gonna be crucial. It is Sifu who finds the close slash, lands right next to Hombre. Jump heavy, hitting from very, very far away. One of those buttons that you can press almost instantly when going airborne, and it is still active as you come down. Speaking of the devil here, counter hit, misses the full conversion, and Hombre gets a chance to fight out of this corner situation. Players locked and loaded, at least one wild assault, as well as one stick of butter ready to go. Wow, that was good! 6P ready to rock. I think this combo drops though. Let's see, do we have the punish? 2K into tatami, too far away though. I think I saw parry somewhere in there, but again, parry is not quite aligning. Gold burst. It's gonna be lots of resources coming in Sifu's way, but the problem is, do we get to use it? Here we go, throw. OTG not quite available, so just going cross up into meaty low, bringing Sifu 2 points each here in our first matchup of the evening. It's a very precarious situation getting that good gold burst, but because the resources are no longer giving to you instantly, it's much harder to utilize it, especially at the very end of the rounds. Especially when you're super low at health. Any hit, any mistake could mean that you potentially lose all of those resources that are coming your way from that positive bonus. Ooh, that was actually a pretty decent reaction. Not the most damaging one, but we have now basically contained Hombre in the corner and forced Hombre to use the burst. Nice timing on the 2 Hes. Sorry, too heavy. Hitting into a big, yeah, corner to corner, here we go. Instant overhead, another one. It's gonna be a wall break. See if we can still potentially fight back. Oh, trying to go for some sort of a momentum launch here, but I think not getting the proper angle that they were hoping for. Jump slash missed quite generously there. Jump slash hits once again, choosing to not try to pick it up. I kind of like it. If you think the pickup is too difficult, it's probably better to just not whiff the button and rather just take the Oki instead of, you know, whiffing a button in their face and potentially putting yourself at a minus frame situation. Speaking of happy little accidents, we're going back and forth. Sifu here, once again, locking them down with the tatami mat. And finding a successful low as a result. Here we go. We have the upper ground. Hombre trying to air dash out of the corner, but Sifu was already there with jump slash active. Sifu is definitely looking like they are looking for the grounded anti-airs a little bit more, which could be a very... Ooh, I think Sifu did hit the button here, so the super, yeah, the reversal super should find its mark. Sifu, however, with a lot of meter to defend with, as well as potentially deflect shield. it's a very intricate decision-making path, especially now that we have Wild Assault that is such a dominant option. Are you gonna risk it? Are you gonna spend it on... It's funny I say risk it, because like you would think that the burst is the most safe option, but sometimes, especially for red assault users, it might actually be more risky to use the burst or deflect shield rather than not save it for wild assault. That's the kind of era we are entering at the moment, where a lot of characters just value the wild assault so much that they might not be able to justify some bursts that you would have absolutely taken in the past. But also we still quite haven't reached the peak of that meta yet. People are still, you know, heavily leaning on the bursts, especially like the reflexive burst. You get hit, you burst instantly, and just say, I don't want to block anything. I just wanna keep playing, right? But that kind of denies your ability to go for those pressure resets using wild assault. So we are definitely keeping our eyes on that as Hombre manages to land another jump slash and convert into a decent combo. Ooh, we're going to the corner. This should be a wall break. Resetting it back to neutral. Jump slash hits once again and converts into a throw. Far slash to check on round start. Ooh, didn't quite get the combo there. At the very far range, especially the heavy cabaret follow-up, while being quite minus, if it's spaced really well, should be fairly unpunishable. Another wall break. Sifu, once again, it's especially now sort of reeling back to what I was saying earlier. If you choose to aggressively burst with your burst meter, that kind of makes it so that you don't necessarily always have the hard knockdown out of wall breaks. However, if you risk it for the biscuit and save your burst, the situations where you are missing one of your resources to break the wall with a hard knockdown are gonna be far and wide between. And I, for one, really love resource management meta games in fighting games. So the new addition of wild assaults and deflect shields definitely makes it much more interesting than Season 1 or Season 2 ever were. Oh, interesting angle there. Both players bouncing back and forth, trying to find an opportune timing to unleash a strike that wouldn't be able to be contested. Once again on the trajectory, but the Yosan, I think, hit so high up in the air that it was basically minus. Now Hombre, looking towards the corner, doesn't get the RC that they probably wanted. I think it's meant to go into a wall break. Sifu still with a little bit of health left. 6p into the right direction, prompting Hombre to burst immediately. Is he gonna... Oh no! Into the wrong direction, but also Sifu went for the throw a little too early there. Both players missing. Right, Yosan for Sifu. First knockdown. Missing the throw once again. Jump slash meets jump slash. What happens when immovable object meets unstoppable force? Ooh, the timing, the reaction there from Sifu, throwing Hombre out of their cabaret follow-up. And we're cashing out. This probably shouldn't break the wall yet. Touching the S cabaret, and once again, yellow RC. Can't blame Hombre from going for that one. Once the Escapade tether is attached, any hit is gonna honestly lead into so much nasty damage that you just don't want to deal with those mix-up situations if possible. So definitely one of the best, one of the most opportune moments to spend your defensive resources against this character. Now Wild Assault bringing Sifu to the corner, but Sifu very ready to get out of that as far as the opportunity presents itself. To S, finds the hit. No hit confirmed into super this time. Slows the frames, both players trying to check what's going to happen. Sees something there, dashes, goes for the throw. And sifu once again in the lead, just barely 4-3. The snapshots, the feature that was available since Guilty Gear Xrd, the ability to slow down the game a little with the RCs, able to snapshot the situation and assess it if you have the fast reaction times to see what your opponent is doing, what their startup is during that moment. Needed burst from Sifu, doesn't want to get contained in the corner. Now the tatami mat that was actually lowered to the ground ends up doing the anti-airing here. Again, we're looking for the angle to get in. Here we go, throw, Escapade attached. Was trying to bait the throw, I think, with the 2B, but Hombre delayed it just enough so that the burst bait didn't happen properly. Ooh, where are we going here? Sifu was ready to 6B into the right direction, but HombreLocal as well with a quick parry. Right from the punish frames. Jump slash puts Hombre down in the right corner, but we don't have enough frame advantage to push it. In fact, it's Hombre who's gonna be pushing it. The setup wasn't quite clean enough. Sifu checks it with the 5B. Ooh, there we go. Clean parry on the too heavy attempt. You do the same thing too many times in a row, and you potentially become exploitable. Then again, the mix-up could also be you perform something a couple of times and then set the expectations for a third time and then do something else. Beautiful, beautiful fighting games. Now attempt to break the wall with the S or convert with the use of the blue assault. Sifu with the positive bonus. We're gonna racking that meter. But Hombre already had quite a bit of that juice ready to go. Ooh, there we go. Gets there just in time before the blue assault goes active. And the the Kabari follow-up RC into a throw. Almost unseeable unless you are ready to calculate or ready to basically, unless you're already reading that, it's gonna be something that's very hard to react to. Kind of the same kind of tool as Potemkin with Hammerfall RC Buster. It's like it's a big jump scare option. Perhaps not the most lucrative one when it comes to rewards, but you know, you don't care too much about the rewards when you're looking to score that last hit. Again, I think HombreLocal missing the TK Yozan input there, getting a TK jump slash instead for their troubles. Let's get this gunshot for round start. It's gonna miss if the opponent goes for a neutral jump. And the cash out, I think, are we close enough? We should be close enough for it to break, right? Yeah, this time we are. Big, big damage. And the setup here as well. Hombre, just no fear though. Goes for the reversal throw. Damn. The heart. Right, sliding in there with a big counter hit to S from the interesting cross-up situation earlier. Frame trap with that Kabari chain. Yozan hits upwards as well, not just horizontally. Gets a snipe, nice, and a conversion. This should go not quite. And the reversal parry will get Sifu out of there. Hombre does have the burst ready to go and goes for it. Punish here with the Sifu once again. Sifu has been very nicely looking for those guns and being able to react out of a neutral jump with those air dashes. Now once again, the defensive movement from Sifu. It's usually the Baiken player who sort of chooses to advance with their air options is usually in a worse position. Once again, yeah, look at this. Sifu is just doing the more defensive thing, neutral jumping and preemptively unleashing the jump slash in case the opponent wants to air dash into it. However, this time the air dashes find their marks. This could be a making of a comeback. Sifu wants to deny it before it gets too out of control. And once again, we are back at this position where we're looking for the hit. Sifu, again, ready to block the super. Slowly running out of health. And still gets it. Block string into frame tap tatami. Sifu is slowly running away with it. Now 6 points to Hombre's 3. Started off very even, but I think it's the defensive. The willingness for Sifu to basically wait it out and see if the opponent wants to make hasty, rash, aggressive choices of plays has been sort of paying off for Sifu as the set has progressed. Oh my god, that was a lot of respect from both players not to press any button or throw there. Even trade. Now, ooh, trying to press a button. However, in Guilty Gear games, one strikes and throws collide. It is often the strike that triumphs victorious. 5B into 6K, your usual frame trap. Hombre finds the bread. And now has to play it very, very accurately. Can't afford to make too many mistakes again against Sifu here. Switch positions once again. Air dash, Yozan working the corner, finds the hit, and far slash, or was that 5 heavy, just didn't find its mark. It's a little too far. Ooh, the gun runs straight into, or rather the blue assault runs straight into the gun. So big loss in terms of resources here for Sifu. And a punish there on the landing once again. Hitting the Yozan too high up in the air. Lands straight into HombreLocal's 5B punish, and that is HombreLocal still alive to fight for this game win here.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Really important because like that the Yozan is such a prevalent option, even sometimes used over normal jump-in buttons. It's really important in versus Baiken matchup to be able to recognize when the Yozan is very minus, even punishable, and when you should be respecting it. Players going for the turbo Aatreus. It ends up being HombreLocal that is victorious at the end, finding the setup, finding the low, and now both players looking for that one good hit still. Oh, bouncing! Oh my goodness, bouncing Sifu into the corner and using the block stun as a makeshift tick throws into scenario. Once again, the defensive position, Sifu, look at this. Once again, Sifu, the first one to jump and the first one to press jump slash, waiting for the opponent to engage into my button. And none of that makes any difference here when you are getting worked in the corner. Oh, this might be a misfire. Let's see the punish. We still have the tether available. Oh, I wonder if Sifu didn't take the tether into account, or maybe took the tether into account too much. Full burst, reversal. Oh, another one from Hombre. Both players have the offensive and the defensive buff. Is it gonna be a punish? No, not this time. A little too high in the air to air dash and punish in after the gun. Yozan hits, no hit confirmed. The jump slash or the close slash misses. Here's Sifu with the chance, cashes out immediately. I love that. Not risking the difficult pickup because you didn't really have to either. Cut the corners, go straight into the finisher. And Sifu on set point. Hombre fighting for their life, set them up. TK Yozan, immediate or instant overhead here. Both players have been forced to use their burst resources. Ooh, very clean hits. This should go over once again, but Sifu not quite close enough for that far slash. That far slash is one of the best ones in the game for its range, but it is definitely not one of the far reachers still. Gotta be fairly close to land that. Out of the throw, into the counter hit. Is it gonna be enough? Attempting the side switch, does get it in the end. And the wall break is not quite there, but instant air dash into a meaty mat finds no respect from Hombre, and Sifu takes it home 7-4 in this Baiken mirror match. But that was quite the rumble and tumble here. HombreLocal doing really nice work on their debut match on Bounty Hunters. And hopefully that sets the tune for the rest of the evening. We are going balls deep once again tonight, hopefully. Slightly change of pace here for the matchup number 2, though, as we approach Jin Bridget from Netherlands versus McNuggleton Johnny from Germany matchup. Whereas the Biken versus Biken is much about the close range engagements, this matchup is potentially played from very far range. Two characters sporting a lot of reach. Of course, we know the extent of the yo-yo, that is the S and the heavy buttons for Bridget, as well as just the initial hit coming in from the yo-yo set. Let me do some TO stuff. Got a lot of DMs and stuff. Oh, I think one of our cards had the wrong comment potentially. Let me see if I can do the quick switcherino before anybody sees anything fishy. Give me a sec. We do have both players in the lobby ready to go already as well. Where do I usually save this? Hello, QK? Great Tio. Alright, that should be good. And no one should be the wiser that we might have had just forget about it. It never happened. Okay. Queuing up for this one, Jin versus McNuggleton. This will be McNuggleton's first show as the gambling, katana swinging gambler that is Johnny Sfondi. Let me also fix the names. There we go. Alrighty, and here we go. So despite the massive range that both these characters have, one knockdown and you are into the mix-up city. We've all seen the Twitter clips, we've probably all felt it as well, as there are numerous Johnny players available online to be played against. Once the cards are dealt and you block a misfire, you are in a lot of minus frames. There's just so much potential for Johnny to run a lot of nasty mix-ups on you. And of course, well, when in case of Bridget, you all know what she's capable of. One knockdown into very Ino-esque gameplay. McNuggleton, ooh, we're going 1 for 1. Gold burst for both players. We're gonna have some resources soon here. We go, get the wall break, and McNuggleton is gonna be the one who's refreshing their positive bonus here first. I think it's actually oh my goodness, even with the defensive modifier, Jin took so much damage out of that engage. I think there was quite a bit of risk already in there. Now using the rest of their resources to YRC out of the corner, McNuggleton tries to maintain the position with the YRC of their own into Ensenga RC. Try to keep the pressure going. To S is high profiled by the yo-yo twirl. But the kickstart My Heart is active already, preventing McNuggleton from dashing in. Now during all this, Jin has built quite a bit of resources for themselves. Finds the low into... Guess these mix-ups into a low. Here we go. break the wall. Now, oh, misses the wall break. Although, I think it's not going to be too bad for Jin. Safe jump here. Very nicely played. So if Jin actually managed to hit that fully charged 5D, they would have gone back to neutral, but as a result, even if they dropped the combo, McNuggleton's position was still fairly disadvantageous there, being back against the corner. So it might have been one of those happy little accidents that actually managed to score Jin the round. DP here against this card setup. If Johnny is not... If Johnny is not doing those misfire slashes on the cards from far away, the normal DP is a very respectable reversal option for you to consider. Is this going to be enough? Not quite. One pixel ready to go. McNuggleton working with quite a bit of a lead here. Backdash out of the throw. That's going to be a... It's going to be a counter hit and away to corner. Nice. There we go. With the blue assault. I like it. For all of these setup characters, we haven't quite seen Blue Assault used like this too much yet, but Jin showcasing it here, using the Blue Assault as a way to get your setup option on the screen, which in Bridget's case is the yo-yo. You can break opponent's card. Oh, nice knife there with that Joker trick. Now that is definitely one option that you can use with a full screen with 50 meter. If the opponent, if you think Bridget will try to set up the yo-yo as a sort of an advantage before she approaches you, throw the card, throw the Joker, and tack them out of it. Jing working towards the corner, doesn't get the safe jump setup that they were looking for. And here we go. That's exactly what I was talking about. Johnny definitely does not need to be close and personal to run those mix-ups, run those set play scenarios. You can choose to go into the mixed fighter stance and backdash into very safe distance. It's still gonna slice the card, it is still gonna hit if they try to mash, and it is still gonna trigger the turn up for massive frame advantage. Oh my god, the reaction super! Roger, no longer number one, McNuggleton. Unleashing a couple really nice Joker tricks here on the game number one. That Joker trick has so much priority. Basically, at this point, I think just ends up deleting any and every single projectile in the game. Even supers. Right, set it up, coming from an angle that won't be able to be challenged by McNuggleton that time. Nice dash out of there. I'm actually surprised. I thought I saw too heavy from Jin active already, but McNuggleton just ended up air dashing over it. McNuggleton with a lot of resources here. Chooses to go into the super. This would have been pretty safe as well if it's blocked. McNuggleton still had 50 meter. And able to, yeah. Oh. Drops the combo. I think there probably wasn't a kill yet, so McNuggleton just chose to play the melee situation as safely as possible. Now the yo-yo completely avoiding the deflect shield. Wait, did the deflect shield actually delete the yo-yo? I think it didn't, right? Because the yo-yo is not per se considered as a true standard projectile. It's kind of its own thing, as far as I've understood mechanically. Right, throwing the card. Not quite in range to be turned up. Ooh, what a nice snipe there against the wild assault from McNuggleton. Of course, the red assault very fast can get you in there from half screen, but it does still have quite a bit of startup. So if the opponent it's not something you can react to, but if the opponent already has something going active, it's very likely that the wild assault doesn't quite get there in time before it activates. Now we're mixing though, finds the low. And getting the knockdown with Roger, but alas, the damage nerfs in Season 3 not quite yielding the round kill here for Jin just yet. Saving themselves with the use of 50 meter, but now McNuggleton working the corner. This is not a hard knockdown, so this could actually be tough. Letting Bridget with massive life advantage go back to neutral, and not just that, full burst as well as 50 meter. That was, as we say, probably a losing wall break, but probably a wall break that McNuggleton couldn't afford to not do, right? Sometimes you just kind of have to take it and go into the horrible situation afterwards. Again, the yo-yo twirl. Blazing through the skies over that massive button that is Johnny's 2S. Definitely one of the neutral buttons to beat in Season 3. You've seen Nagoriyuki 2S. Now get a load of this button. Ooh, doesn't believe in the setup. Just tossing them in there and we dealing. And at that range, DP ain't gonna do jack. But now McNuggleton bets it all. And what a time to bet it as well, because, you know, with a little bit of a pixel to spare, it's not too bad if you get punished. You're gonna take that 1 damage and go to the next round, basically. Now, immediate burst against the counter hit 2D that Jin managed to score there. This meta game of the yo-yo set, and then Bridget going airborne. It's very reminiscent of actually Raven from Guilty Gear's Exert. Once the yo-yo is set, you have so much control of your air angle that you can kind of, you know, bait them into trying to anti-air you from your approaches, but still empty land and then tag them out of their, you know, grounded anti-air attempts. Turn up, printing a lot of plus frames here. Jin persevering though in the face of danger though. Slow down frames, went for the 6B, probably thinking that Jin was gonna pounce from that position. Oh, the Mist Fighter just barely whiffs. How did that whiff? That was literally inside the animation. A weird are the ways of the hitboxes. Now both players are potentially looking for one more hit. RC is there into probably an optimal conversion. Nets the lead here for Jin. 2-1. Of course, this is still very early to the set, so there's lots of data still to be collected. That was actually unfortunate. The strike that McNuggleton got knocked out of was actually caused by the yo-yo coming back that time, because it was the passive version of the yo-yos. Ooh, again, tried to bluff there with the passive yo-yo. Of course, the sort of mix-up is if you go the aggressive yo-yo and you try to interrupt Bridget's string, you get hit by it and then probably get pushed into a combo. But if you just stand still obediently, or rather sit still and respect it, you might find yourself in a situation where Bridget got that yo-yo set for free and then you're getting mixed up. Ooh, was that a punish? Interesting. I didn't see the punish text, but 6k from Johnny, -4. Oh, sorry, not 6k. 6k into Enseng, -4, and then backdash. Was looking like it was kind of tagged there by Roger. Blue Assault, set it up. 6B works out. Ooh, with a forward-moving momentum. McNuggleton actually got pretty decent value out of that burst, put Jin in there momentarily, but now this is the end, as he said, but is it enough? Not quite close enough to the corner. However, I think you would much rather not take the wall break in that scenario, which is exactly what McNuggleton got. Keep the opponent in the corner, deal, and then they're basically guessing for their life with a massive disadvantage. Basically, like, if in that situation, you're probably not gonna live, let's face it. Deflect shield, kind of getting value for Jin. Able to create just enough distance so that the subsequent situation was traded. Kickstart my heart straight into the Joker trick. Joker. Wait, are we Swedish now? Joker trick? Joker trick? Shoutouts to our Nordic compatriots and their pronunciation with J. Anyway, speaking of J's, McNuggleton getting a second point for themselves. Jokeri Jekku. Jekkupa Jekku. Big counter hit, immediate burst into the corner. This kind of a double value burst, saving McNuggleton from a lot of damage as well as keeping Jin right where you want them to be. However, the vault into deal is kind of hard to control, and even if you get a perfect setup with it, I think you can, if you make a mistake, you can accidentally end up being very minus which is probably what happened here for McNuggleton. Super doesn't hit quite far enough away. Those Dalsum limbs in the yo-yo set nowhere to be found, especially from the yo-yo set itself. The Far Slashers and the 5 heavies and the like are gonna have a little bit of that extended hurt box for Bridget. Look at that, round start jumpy. Bridget's jumpy is very interesting now that I mention it. It just tends to hit, like, it tends to hit on the way up, so you can do some really interesting instant overhead tricks with it. Speaking of tricks, not getting the clean hit, so Jin wasn't able to set proper blender as a result of that. Now deal into the corner, massive frame advantage, and that's so fucked up. It's kind of like when you get turned up by the card, the subsequent throw situation is kind of like tick throw plus, because as we know, the guard break situation does not have any buffer, so it's kind of easy to not get not get the input that you wanted as a result after the guard break. Red assault into deal. Oh, tried to contest that, but the frames were definitely not at Jin's side this time. Spends the other half. And now as a result, McNuggleton is gonna have to wait for, or never mind, doesn't have to wait for it. I almost forgot. McNuggleton had the wall break, so we already have another 50 burst ready to go. This is Guilty Gear's tribe. Break the wall and you're all good. Alright, forcing the mix-up. Interesting, going for the throw option. Not the most common one out of the kickstart RC mix-up. 6B in the kickstart. Doesn't have time to set up the shop. Very even trades. Oh my god, that was a lot of respect there. Next hit is gonna be super crucial. Both players are kind of loaded. Gonna go with the DP. RC tried to go into the combo instead of side swap, and might end up paying for it. Oh, the gold burst! The gold burst! The new gold burst! The blue would have covered the whole screen, but because Jin went for the gold one, it has the old burst reach, and against the disjoints of Mistfinder, doesn't find its mark. But Jin, not faced at all, blazing forward in the next round. Now with mixing, finds the low, loop into the same situation once again, and the patience, just the walk back. Look at the walk back, and look at that throwback into the corner, into TK Mistfinder. Yeah, what's his name? Jacob or something. One back throw into deal, into the fucked up situation that the Johnny's set play is. You basically got, oh my goodness, you basically got the round stolen from you. Is this what they say when they refer to the back throw incident? God damn.
Duel 1.
It pisses off me too when it happens, but you know, you have no other choice but to hold it and move on with your life and your game plan. We got a little bit of Mistfinder cancel shenanigans. The mix-up, of course, is when Johnny assumes the Mistfinder stance, he could dash forward and immediately let it rock, which will, ooh, hold that thought. We got a reversal super. With the Mistfinder dash forward or dash back, you have quite a bit of mobility, or rather quite a bit of utility to sort of make a lot of different kinds of situations safe for you if the opponent is churning their reversals. Finds the low. Once again, the lows have been the go-to hits that have been hitting for Jin. But again, next hit will be crucial. Next hit could be the end, no matter who scores it. It is Bridget coming in with the pose. With the, what kind of pose is that? Right, deal in there. Guard break into a thick throw, and another one. Backdash Mistfinder to keep it safe as well. Tries to go for Ensenga as a throw bait of sorts. And Jin just not finding any opportunities to get out of it. is especially, like I said earlier, it's kind of annoying to input anything against, because with the card, all of those Mist Finders are guard crushes, so the next input that you choose to input is, you know, has to be exactly precise on the button, because the frame, the buffer gets eliminated from there. Now McNuggleton with Slight. Ooh, the jump K still hits and converts into a full combo as well. Perfect spacing for Jin, not getting tagged by the turn up. Flowing, McNuggleton beams that it is stuck. Oh, has to save themselves using the PRC. Both players investing a lot of meter into fighting for the opportunity to set play first. And it flows, oh baby, it flows, but it doesn't end up being closed properly. Jin still procures the position. Blue Assault, break the wall. This is gonna be a hard knockdown, so Jin is gonna be able to mix it up. Chooses to play fairly safe though. Finds the hit and gets the conversion. Once again in the lead. Jin Bridget.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Go for a very slow startup move. I think I saw 6 heavy there being tagged by Bridget's buttons. Ooh, the big giant E counter hit. Into, we got the yo-yo ready to go, and it flows. Oh, baby. Couldn't have done it better even if I was Ino. Break the wall. And once again, what's it gonna be? Check with the safe jump. God, it never ends. Ooh, getting really nice value out of the deflect shield though. Deflect shield seems to be fairly strong against certain blender characters and certain blender situations, especially characters who kind of get that very dominant first mix-up, kind of like Bridget or Ino.
Duel 2.
As well as if you have difficulties like guessing where should I be blocking for those moves, the deflect shield can be very nice option to consider, especially if you're low health and just can't afford to take another hit. Because of course with the meta of today, we always have to pit defensive options against Wild Assault. If I go for this defensive option, is it gonna be better as a result than just taking the pressure, taking the hits, taking the combo, and then saving it for the subsequent pressure situation that I could perhaps be scoring myself? Because no matter how we look at it, especially Red Wild Assault has massive comeback potential. Ooh, 6P from downtown or from the back in this situation. Make sure that there's not going to be any sort of burst shenanigans here, although McNuggleton didn't even have the burst available here. And Jin looks like has finally mounted a little bit of momentum here, breaking the status quo of getting 1 for you, 1 for me. We are 2 games ahead of McNuggleton Johnny here, if we are Jin Bridget. Oh, just barely missing. What button is that even? Jump heavy? Ooh, this time the 6 heavy perfectly placed. But Jin ready to unleash that DP. We are a keep away, we are a setup character, but we still have access to that good old DP, which definitely plays a part in this matchup. Ooh, that was a critical whiff though. Usually Ensenga should be safe on block, but whiffing it completely is a different kind of ordeal. Now we are gonna be activating tension, positive tension, not tension, the good tension thingy, the thing that prints you resources for finishing our fully charged 5D combo. But now McNuggleton, ooh, whiff it and you miss it. Kickstart my heart. Massive whip punish from downtown. It's almost enough to finish off McNuggleton here. Although McNuggleton still wants to play this round. Knows that it's up to 1 hit, but Far Slash, the snipe from Bridget, seals the deal. And now McNuggleton, massive disadvantage here on potentially the last round of this game. And getting even more of their meter taken by the Blue Assault. Now, good news is going through the wall splat does build a little bit of burst for McNuggleton, so we could potentially see a comeback here. But are we gonna get there? The 50 burst is used for deflect shield and gets decent value out of it as well. Set it up with a blue assault. Oh my god, Jin is putting on a showcase of how to use the blue assault. Is that... No, not enough punish. Not enough recovery, rather. That makes it very ambiguous. Am I gonna go for the strike? Am I gonna go for the throw? Perfect timing for Jin and pouncing up to 6 points. It feels like after that 3-3, Jin kind of figured out something. But that's what high-level players do. They watch you and your habits, and eventually they will formulate approaches that are gonna win against you slightly more often than they lose. Good reversal here for McNuggleton though. Slice him, dice him. Perhaps get a deal out. Usually out of the reversal super, your deal is not gonna be the best possible because you'll have to unleash your Mistfinder from such a far position. But you know, we definitely take what we can get. As is Jin here, taking the wall break without the super this time. Closing in, holding the sword. Oh my goodness! The long range game from Johnny. 6B under the yo-yo in case that was the aggressive version of the set. Here we go, good defense. Ah, but the last low. Tried to go for the throw there, no dice this time. Jin is mixing it up once again through the wall. Safe jump. Checking if McNuggleton wants to go for any sort of reversal option there. Probably a throw would be what Jin was looking for with that backdash. Scooter into pressure. This time doesn't manage to keep McNuggleton steady in the setup. However, we have arrived at the set point, the first set point situation of this set. McNuggleton finds a close slash. That's gonna be pretty lucrative. Should go. Oh, drops the combo, unfortunately. It is kind of understandable, though, if we consider that this is rather a new acquisition for McNuggleton. Catches the backdash with Joker trick. Oh my goodness. And we're breaking the guard. Guess for your life. Very good patient defense from Jin. Just holds all of that. And finally, it's not safe to loop those deals after all, unless you either manage to score the hit or spend meter into it. Speaking of spending meter, good deflect shield, getting enough distance between the players once again. McNuggleton was out of the corner, but then it was in the corner, and I think that's gonna be enough. Jin finds the successful conversion, had even almost 100 meter extra, and has been able to transition from the 3 each situation into 7-3 victory over McNuggleton's Johnny. But god, McNuggleton had some really nice maneuver, especially those reaction Joker tricks at the start of the set. Was able to perhaps tell Jin that, you know, don't do those things. Don't do the things that you love to do usually as a Pridget player. If I have 50 meter, I am ready to counter them. But it is what it is, and Jin is gonna run away with the victory today. However, we are probably gonna see McNuggleton in the future if they still vibe with the character moving on. And I think it's very likely as well, because a lot of players have been vibing with the Johnny gameplay. And it's, you know, it's gotta be only the way is up. There's no way Johnny's gonna get any nerfs, right? So look forward to Johnny plays in the future as well. Now moving on, third matchup of the evening. There she comes. Have you guys heard about Nagoriyuki in the video game called Guilty Gear Strive? Have you seen pictures of Nagoriyuki? If you would like to get some pictures of Nagoriyuki, then wink wink. But if you are more for the hot-ass Nagoriyuki gameplay, look no further either. Neat's gonna go off against Aatreus. Aatreus Anji from Turkey. Aatreus, honestly, one of the players who are on a hot streak on Bounty Hunters at the moment. Right, we do have Aatreus on the way, so we can talk about statistic here. Let's bring up my cheat sheet. Aatreus currently sitting on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In fact, Aatreus is currently undefeated on Bounty Hunters. Would you fancy that? So another brave soul attempting to break the so far unstoppable march of one of the hottest Anji players in EMEA region. And Anji, Season 3 Anji is so interesting. Got so many different changes. Of course, the most obvious one at the top, the addition of the new spin follow-up, Midare, the fish. But also, all the adjustments, like, Anji did lose quite a bit moving from Season 2 to 3 as well, in terms of the universal changes, like especially forward-moving special moves no longer launching or converting as well. Anji got a lot of his stuff taken away from him because, you know, by definition, Hujin and its follow-ups are forward-moving, so a lot of those you lost some convertibility when it comes to Anji. However, still, Anji is and still remains one of the most explosive characters in the game, but has more opportunities to unleash those. And, you know, Anji's kinda, you know, Anji is about the spin. You just can't deny it. Anji is about the spin. And this matchup is a lot about the spin. If you think about who has the first say in this matchup, it's gonna be Nagoriyuki. Nagoriyuki with the reach, with the neutral skips, be it high blood, low blood, you would think that Nagoriyuki always gets to strike first. What do you have to do about that? As Anji, well, you're gonna spin. You're gonna be spinning a lot in this matchup. And then when you are not gonna be spinning, you're gonna be utilizing the respect that you have put on the table, or like the threat of the spin that you've put on the table, making the Nago player second guess themselves and open up venues for you to attack without taking those big risks that are, you know, either just going into Suigetsu no Hakobi or holding one of your Hujin moves. Right, yes, thank you for that box. Gonna fix that. So put Need and Aatreus in there, thanks for that. Right, through the wall. Aatreus has had a pretty explosive start so far. And the overhead finds its mark, forcing ULTINEET to unleash the burst in the form of regular good old burst. However, we don't need no burst meter. We don't necessarily need no Wild Assault for Nago. Has been traditionally the character that explodes from any hit from any part of the screen. Ooh, the patience not pressing into the pad. Oh, and finds the 6P! Threading the frames, seeing what is going on the screen. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No connection magic. Uh-oh. Daisuke, please. Oh, I think ULTINEET got thrown out of the lobby for some reason. Could be a bad internet day for the servers. Who knows? Oh, Aatreus got kicked out as well. Damn. Well. Well, that happened. The lobby is still up. We, of course, were talking about the prospect of either one of these players hosting the match or hosting the lobby instead if they so want to do that. We've had some difficulties between certain pairs when certain people are lobby hosts, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense if you think about it, but that's how it works. So yeah, if either one of you guys wants to host a room, you can definitely do so, and make sure that it's not me being the middle person is gonna screw up the conversions, the connection. So either way works. You can join the lobby again or paste me a new lobby code. I guess luckily both players had a round in their name, and the life situation was quite even, so I think it's not gonna feel too bad for either of the players to reset back from 0-0. Some good sportsmanship going on in the background. I think Aatreus requested a different stage for that is slightly performance intensive, which Neat courageously offered for Aatreus to be the player one as well if he so desired. Oh, correction, not a performance issue, but it's simply a little hard to see what's going on. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I have a couple of stages where I just generally can't see what's going on regardless of the character colors.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Right, another try. From the bottom. Ooh, got the punish, but the... Was it 2D that Neat went into wasn't far enough? Now, speaking of the damage, yeah, Anji still does deal quite a bit of damage. Attempt to convert from 5B, overhead into RC, keep the pressure alive. ULTINEET choosing to unleash the burst here, but now with the 50 meter available, that's not gonna be actually enough, because at that height you can't combo into Issei Ogi from Anji. Still finds the decisive hit and takes the first round of this set. Ooh, there we go. The timing is everything against Anji. Damn, she actually found a throw there. That throw range, extended throw range that Nago and Potemkin have is definitely gonna work in their favor in this matchup. Nice block. And a nice deflect as well. Uh-oh, but striking into the spin is gonna always at least read in. Oh my goodness! Just throws Aatreus out of the kata cancel, whatever that was gonna be. And a wall break with the wild assault. Now you're suddenly guessing for your life, and what a guess it's gonna be. Aatreus trying to dash forward after that 5 heavy, but no dice. The massive reach of the 2 heavy does the job. Neutral chomp ends up being the tool of choice here to break the gorilla spin this time. And oh lord, she cometh, the tick, 5D, not able to even burst there if Aatreus was willing to do that. And look at this, the massive life disadvantage. However, Neat does not have the burst available yet, so Aatreus has a couple of more extra frames to unleash some uncontested, potentially, not really uncontested, because you always have the opportunity to go for YRC as well, which was the tool that Neat reached out for in that predicament. Ooh, I love it. Slow them down. See that? I can still press a button. And the timing of the wild assault. That might have actually even been a reaction. I wonder. Nonetheless, the slow startup of wild assault, making sure that the Kacho who gets it is not going to be active anymore. And Neat opening it up with 1 2-0
Duel
lead.
1. Let's rock.
Well, 6 heavy into. Good reaction from Neat, ready to break it. And a close slash. Nago with a really nice close slash. If you whiff a call in Nagoryuki's face, it's very likely that you're gonna get popped by that big starter close slash. Some characters don't have a close slash that hits high enough, so they would probably, at least every character can go for an air throw. But I guess since Nagoryuki has a slightly slower jump startup, it's nice that you can just, you know, tag them out of it with close slash if you are at a perfect spacing. Ooh, not close enough there. Aatreus ready to dance out of that throw. And this is already a lot of respect put on the table. Nagoryuki, or rather Neat, holding on to those special moves, knows that if Aatreus wants to spin in any of them, you're gonna lose all of that blood and you're gonna be punished really badly as well. So you can't just necessarily neutral skip at command in this matchup like you might be able to in some other matchups. Ooh, big 5 heavy into. Finding it once again. Small single touches and Neat sets up the 2S. Oh, nice punish there on the Hujin follow-up as well. I think Neat has been playing quite a bit of air actually at neutral. I kind of like it. So like taking a picture out of a lot of other characters' books, sort of ignoring that I have these strong RPS tools that I can, you know, try to force the opponent into freaked up situations, but instead, oh, but this time the Katsuo who gets to actually activate, that must have been some of the later active frames, 5 heavy, working against Neat. Oh, airborne hit. It's gonna be able to get a little bit of a conversion. Wide assault usually not the best combo tool, but if you hit the opponent airborne or get a counter hit, it's gonna lead into a little bit of a juggle, which you will happily take. But now Aatreus will happily take this 1-1 even situation, keeping it nice and even from the get-go, not letting the opponent run away with too much lead. Download complete? Isn't it a little too early? Maybe, maybe not. We shall see. But what I've observed from Aatreus, I will give him the benefit of the doubt of the fast internet, the fast download. Aatreus has put forward such incredible performances on Bounty Hunters so far that I will believe it. If you bullshit me that it is download completed at this point of the match, I will totally believe it when it comes to Aatreus Anji. But here comes Neat though with a big counter hit. Oh, maybe a little too big. Pops the opponent up too high and misses with the K button. Now Aatreus on the hunt once again, gets a wall break, but already queued up the follow-up, so won't be able to get a hard knockdown, and that gives Neat the perfect amount of frames to get to play the game herself. Now we're setting up. Very respectful on the plus frames. Finds the sweep. Nagi hot, but it's not too bad unless Anji has the 50 meter to convert into it, as observed here from Aatreus. Waiting, trying to find their timing. Once again, the goal that you're trying, or like the precision mark that you're trying to hit usually against Anji is either the startup of Sugetsu no Hakobi or the startup frames of the when you're holding down Hujin. Ooh, clean scoop there. Aatreus was once again going for a car cancel something, and with the increased throw range of Nagoryuki, ULTINEET not buying any of that. Now into the corner you go. We still have 50 meter. Oh, the reversal option is Kato, who gets it once again out of the corner. Big damage, especially when it comes to tough boys like Nago. Oh, interesting. Went into airborne there. That would have been a nasty air throw if ULTINEET actually. Oh, I love that! The jump D! I've seen that so many times, and god, that's so nifty trick. Use the jump D, hold your air momentum, and if they try to anti-air you with something that doesn't reach too far and has extra amount of recovery, you might end up finding yourself in a situation as Nagoriyuki where you land way faster than they recover and then have an opportunity to either push your offense or just straight up punish them. And now Ultineet once again, there's a nice one! Another showcase of how that tool can be utilized. Ultineet trying to wait for the spin frames, doesn't quite find the strike on the spin at first. And we're breaking the wall. Look at that life advantage. Aatreus has 50 once again, but the option this time is not the right one. We go into, not quite the wall break, still holding steady. Nagiha on block, quite minus. Here we go, this is much more safer, and it hits home as well. Aatreus choosing to not take the wall break, but this time has to kinda, and again, Neat will go back to neutral here. Quick hook kill backwards is gonna be able to... Big score? Oh. Which player has the lead? Was it Ultineet to one for Neat? Yeah, right. Gotcha. Ooh, but there's a nice counterplay for Aatreus. If you play the jump D, hold your momentum in the air as Nagoriyuki, you will introduce a slight amount of landing recovery, and that was exactly what Aatreus was gunning for that time. Nagiha can't be converted this time. Aatreus was just a little bit too short of meter that time. Now here we go, finding the hit. Still anybody's game, spins into the clone. Midare breaking the guard of Ultineet. Not finding the anti-airs this time, spinning and whiffing. Oh my god, both players whiffing. I think that was if I saw correctly, that was an attempt to anti-air with 5B from Aatreus. Not finding the mark initially, so Ultineet landing safely. Being able to knock Aatreus out of yet another round, or rather game here. Yeah, based on my own experience as well and what I've seen from Ultineet seems to be a little bit of a jump D enthusiast. And it does make sense, no matter if you're using jump D as a combo fodder or a utility tool to play neutral, you can't deny it's kind of cool, is it not? The 5 heavy hits home. Was initially looking like Ultineet was baiting that burst, but now Aatreus finding themselves in a situation where they have nothing to defend with. And a non-thirsty Nago coming. Oh, the wild assault round start with the white color. Tends to basically beat a lot of, if not most of, the common round start options. Like we checked today, it's basically the white assault is the ninth frame is what ends up being the first invo frame. Oh, and there she goes again! Very hard to challenge. You can technically challenge the startup of the wild assault at round start if you have something that starts faster than 9 frame. And faster than 9 frame buttons that actually reach round start, those are extremely rare. So it would probably have to be something like Micro-2K or similar buttons for a lot of standard characters if you actually want to tag White Assault before it goes invo. But it is technically doable. It is possible. And it's not like it's the only tool either for the job. They've been talking about like reaction gold bursts or reaction throws, or you could even neutral jump it, or you have a lot of different tools. But the thing is, of course, the things that you would love to go for are aggressive, and what does White Assault do to them? Just goes places through all of those strikes. And speaking of going through things, we're going through the wall here. Once again, ULTINEET is on a little bit of a hot streak. What very late burst from Aatreus. That was a big commitment. Would have been a really hard comeback, and now Aatreus finding themselves in a really tough spot here. Overhead. Oh my god, Neat just blocking everything correctly. Are we perchance fuzzy blocking here? Are we capable of such high-level mechanics to be utilized in my Guilty Gear Strive games? Absolutely preposterous. Neat. Holy shit. Seems like everything is going in for Neat here. Be it on defense, be it on offense, be it at neutral. She just seems to have every single right read. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is dangerous. Dangerous property, especially when you're playing against Nagoriyuki. Nagoriyuki by design is a lot about making the opponent guess. A lot about RPS. That's just, you know, no matter how you put it, this move, this Suigetsu no Hakobi, it is a very RPS-y move, and if you can't guess right, then you're having a bad day with Anji. Or as Anji, rather. Ooh, we're going coast to coast. Not quite getting the wall break here, but I'm sure Aatreus is quite fine keeping this corner position still. Now has to break the wall, because I think you didn't have an option. We've been talking about this as well. Characters who have very high wall sticking combos, or rather combos that lead into super high sticking hits, those are a little disadvantageous, because you won't be able to break the wall then with a wild assault or majority of supers. And especially Iseogi from from Anji is a move that doesn't quite reach very high, right? Trying to dance forward. Ooh, ULTINEET's button goes active just a little bit faster. And one more, anything. Oh my god, Jumpy completely avoids the parry super and landing into a big fat throw punish. Damn, and again, don't press those buttons, they're all in vain, for they are not fast enough to triumph over White Assault from Nagoriyuki. 6P perfectly spaced. Once again, you're not going through the wall this time. ULTINEET still holding the position, and look at that, the timing. Once again, the far slash just late enough so that the Suigetsu no Hakobi is on its recovery frames. Aatreus is just finding no purchase here at neutral. Through the wall once again, 0 resources. We have one deflect maybe. It is not enough. It ends up being actually ULTINEET's deflect that is used to push the opponent away and then pounds at the prey immediately with Beyblade. At the moment, it seems there's no stopping ULTINEET's. ULTINEET's, overbearing march for the 7th point. Plus frames from the Shin. But I'm sure we are definitely not done yet. However, Aatreus once again losing the RPS interaction with the 6B. Oh my god. A little bit of extra prop use. ULTINEET still completely fine with it. It feels like ULTINEET has been doing their homework extremely well. It's like a lot of these layer 1 and even layer 2 options are not syncing as often as Aatreus would love to. And speaking of things that are not syncing, missing the combo out of the core. Oh no, it's a disaster for Aatreus. Drop the combo, drop the round, and now ULTINEET is on set point. Perfect timing. Once again, 2S catches the startup frames of the spin. Through the wall, 50%. You might be in a position where you're soon guessing for your life, and you basically were there, unless Aatreus manages to avoid that blood-sucking universe for ULTINEET. It was probably gonna be over, but now, look at this, through the wall, and we are gonna get the hard knockdown as well as the positive bonus. It's looking hopeful for Aatreus. Frames are slowed, dancing out of it, another one! Neat staying very safe. This shouldn't be the kill just yet. Aatreus has so much meter to spend here. And oh my god, back to 100 meter. Oh my god, Aatreus the option! Oh my god, are you kidding me? Aatreus probably predicting the pushback of the deflect and dancing into the subsequent press immediately. That, ladies and gentlemen, is some game knowledge as well as paying attention to what the opponent is doing. And now we are potentially at a checkmate. Ultimate Nuggle has 100 burst. It's gonna be used here. Lots of free blocks to be utilized as well. And the delay once again, look at that. The perfect delay. Finding the strikes against the spin. Jump D once again, dancing out of it. Both players have disbanded, but Aatreus losing the RPS, going for the 6P, while Ultimate went for the low. But Aatreus is not done yet. We have 50 meter. This should kill. Ko into the corner. We are alive. And this is, you know, what better time as this to come online? This is where we make the comebacks. And I say, if Aatreus somehow manages to bring this back, he's probably the nuttiest player I've seen in the history of bounty hunters. But I believe the results so far for Aatreus speak for themselves. And now Aatreus will have to show how to do it against one of their favorite artists, allegedly. I am not pulling this out of my ass. I know some lore here and there. Ooh, but this actually has been the option that has caught Ultimate the most, I think. Going straight into the Hujin hop follow-up, forcing Ultimate kind of miss their own throw and then getting thrown as a result. Now Ultimate with very little amount of lives to spend here. Any hit for Aatreus could do it. YRC! We're not quite there. Oh, but the blood-sucking universe ends up whiffing. 5B. Oh god, is she gonna come back? One hit. OTG is enough! The robbery! The absolute robbery potential is unleashed once again. Never count out Nagoriyuki players. Oh, there it is again. The throw bait with the skippity hop. Ooh, that was quite almost perfect, delaying the far slash, almost catching the parry super. Save themselves. Yep, good. That's good. Good matchup knowledge from Ultineet. She ended up touching the spin, in which case, if the opponent is queuing up Mirara, the only way to save yourself, the active frames. Ooh, not getting the full sequence though, and another really good deflect. It ends up being the deflect that makes or breaks it. Are you kidding me? I have to say, never in a set have I seen this much value derived from deflect shield as here from Ultimate Nagoriyuki. It was not just the application, but the follow-up. The follow-up is often what players tend to sort of make mistakes on. They just use the deflect shield, push the opponent away, and then do nothing. But Ultimate wasn't happy doing just that. Every single deflect shield immediately, reversal inputs, pounce forward, try to take the whiff punish, and push your own turn. And finally, the win streak of Aatreus has been broken. It's been a long time coming, but Ultineet finally triumphing over that beast of an Anji. Alright, moving on to the latter part of the show here. Once again, a very different pace of a match in store. We've got Milia and Jacko entering the fray in the form of Rijeka, hailing from Spain, versus Decoy Snail, hailing from the Netherlands. Speed versus setups. Speed versus control. And then a Blender versus damage. Or, I mean, neither one of these characters really has the damage, right? Especially since the Season 3 changes that cut. I think really limited Jacko's ability to do damage overall. But you know, the opponent is kind of in the same boat here, for these characters are more looking for that one knockdown into the set play, the very traditional way that Guilty Gear has been played through the ages. Let me make sure that the players are alerted of the situation. Okie dokie. As we wait for our players, let me bring out the stat sheets. I believe this will be Rijeka's second showing on Bounty Hunters. Indeed, after the very successful first match versus Kenlinki Baiken, roughly a month and a half ago. Bringing in the Milia, we recently did sort of like a checkup on the stats and determined what are the least popular characters in Bounty Hunters. And would you believe it? Or maybe I don't have to convince you very hard, but as you might guess, Milia was one of, if not the least played character on Bounty Hunters, I think. It was something like less than 10 entries of Milia since season 2, which is honestly quite a lot of events. So that sort of spells or tells a very detailed story about the sort of the meta progression of this character. But we are definitely on the rise, on the upwards momentum when it comes to Milia. They say that Milia is much better than in season 2 now. What makes her better? Don't ask me. I am not the Milia players, but do educate me when you have the opportunity. I think it's just, you know, the universal mechanics kind of work for Milia. She is definitely one of those characters. I think Milia... Wait a second. Does Milia have the blue? Milia has blue, right? And not red assault. I'm pretty sure Milia is one of the blue ones, because like any blender character, any set play character usually tends to have the blue one. But even if you don't have the red one, you still have, you know, some amount of combo utility from the blue assault as well. I've actually been looking forward to, you know, Milia players showing exactly how do Milias utilize the assault on season 3. And we don't have to look too far for that question. We're heading right into the field of combat. It's gonna be Rijeka facing off against Decoy Snail. Also flip the names, I think, because I am smart. Alright, right off the bat, into the corner you go. And Decoy Snail even has... Oh, speaking of, ask and ye shall receive. That is definitely one of the ways. Using the blue blue assault as kind of a way, if it doesn't end up hitting, it at least resets the pressure and puts you in a position where you probably can activate your install super as well for even more pressure on command. But now here comes Rijeka. Ooh, very nice maneuvering there from Decoy Snail, flipping the position. The anti-air doesn't dare to go for it. Backdash out of the throw. A clean one. Good prediction. Getting the round number 1 for Decoy Snail. Finds the low. Immediate burst from Decoy Snail. Puts up a couple of minions for defense. However, ooh, that was a clean close slash. It's gonna go into a full conversion, get the wall break as well. Not with a super or a wide assault, which is oh, nice chase there. Very deep dash into deflect shield. Initially puts Rijeka out of the mix range with the disc. I do wonder what are some of the counter plays that Milia players have cooked. Oh my goodness, the read! 6K, skipping a hop over 2D from Jacko. Now that's some matchup stuff right there. 6B running straight into it and now able to produce potential critical. Oh my goodness, the jump heavy as a drive-by. Getting a full conversion from Rijeka as well. But once again, this isn't the hard knockdown. And the Mirage, that was a very interesting situation. So Rijeka chose to Mirage forward while Decoy Snailing was drifting forward with blue RC. So they ended up switching places there. Now Rijeka has so many resources. How are we gonna spend? Oh my god, the precision, look at that. Look at that. He couldn't even see what was going on, but the 2S landing as an anti-air there, bouncing Rijeka out of the skies. Even through all that slowdown, as well as the tricky boxes that are, you know, are there to anti-air for Milia. Now burst out of this set play situation, not too bad. Even with all the mobility that we have, if we... Oh, and the blue assault to keep it alive. Is this the power of new Jacko? It's still going, and Rijeka hasn't basically had any opportunity to counterplay yet. This is looking really oppressive with the use of the blue assault, keeping it alive, and then... I guess because you can kinda... spend the burst resource in order to rack up more tension resources. You can kind of set those each other up. You could use your install super to build more burst, or you could use your burst in the form of wild assault to build more tension instead. Decoy Snail is making Season 3 Jacko pressure in the corner, especially looking very, very dangerous. But although it's not like it hasn't been so already. Rijeka getting the burst out of the corner, very important one, and the whip punish! Dash forward, break it into S-disc, catches the 2K from Decoy Snail, I think it was. Set them up. And with the turbo pull, get out of there. Even though you have like really good options for holding the opponent steady, you still gotta be very careful. Milia, if you let Milia go airborne, if you let that jump startup go active, Milia has so many different ways of, you know, sort of dive kicking or relocating herself out of the corner. Fire C. Man, the 2D was still active. That has some serious active frames. Ooh, and the minion hit, get the combo. Rijeka immediately bursting. Now Decoy Snail working with the burst of their own. There it is, gold one. And I can understand, after that gold burst immediately, I think time was of the essence for Rijeka. If they let Decoy Snail just hang around at neutral, that advantage that they had was gonna grow larger and larger as they were to gain more burst and tension out of that gold burst. Oh my god, there's so much stuff. Again, have to go for the burst, which is gonna be the most surefire way of getting Jacko out of your face with the minions. Oh, all right, that's a very daring dash. That's an anime dash if I've ever seen one. Oh my god, I think Decoy Snail tried to get a backdash there, but ended up being transferred into, or ended up coming up as a forward dash instead. 2P. That was a 2P for sure. A very well premeditated 2P breaking the pressure sequence of Decoy Snails. YRC, break out of the corner, both players had the same idea, but now you are still in there. Let's see, has the 50 burst to get the hard knockdown, exactly what Milia players would love to do, and set it up. And getting tagged on the way out, tried to air dash out of the corner, but the roast produced, the hitbox produced by Capel, preventing Decoy Snail from doing so. Minion pressure. Every one of these minion claps is potentially a strike throw situation. And a big damage coming out. Now the deflect shield kind of get a little bit of value, although it does only seem to push away the main body and not the minions. So technically if Jacko, was that an air soccer kick that started that sequence? That was so rare that my mind didn't even register that. That was a really great looking conversion there.
Let's rock.
It tries to force their way through all of those minions. The Decoy saying nope, not this time. 6P is whiffed and whiffed, punished by the forward momentum dash. Or a forward momentum jump from Rijeka, and now we get to set it. Where is it gonna go? Wait! The Snail had enough frames to jump out of that? Alright. That's also very important matchup knowledge in the Milia matchup. Recognizing when the setup, when the disc is gonna be meaty and when it's not gonna be meaty. And observing if the Milia player has the opportunity to produce the true meaty herself. 6P working out through the disc, and now, ooh, okay, nice. Oh, again, there's the conversion again. Why have I not seen so many I've basically seen no Jacko players go for those before. Is that dangerous, perchance? I'm still, like, a little reeling. I'm not even sure what Decoy Snail is doing here. Is it like a minion command, or is it like a kick airborne, or what is the starter here? Jeez. I guess we're learning together here on Bounty Hunters. Servant kick into minion attack. Yeah, okay. That's kind of what it looked like, but I wasn't 100% sure. Again, in fighting games, you have to have seen it before, probably, to fully comprehend what is happening. As well as the clairvoyance of the top-level players. If you want to see into the future, you gotta know what the characters are capable of and what the sequences are gonna look like. Let's jump K. Initially grounding Rijeka, however, Rijeka not ready to give away this position. 6K hits, bursted, not to get put in that corner mix-up situation. Capel relocating Milia once again into a better place to be. 2K pick up into full screen corner carry. That's so good. Oh, but I think this is not gonna work out right. Yeah, just get pushed into the disc. Technically, if Rijeka was a little closer, that Forever Elysian Triber might have had the chance of snatching Rijeka out of the sky. For it is no longer a true command grab, but a hit grab instead. Alright, the 50 meter, or rather the 50 burst, it did get Rijeka out of this corner. Jump PP, not leading into a big conversion. Low slash pressure, we find the hit into a cross up. Oh, this YRC is value, forcing Rijeka in a position where they have to block instead after that cross up mix up. Sometimes the turbo fall can kind of be a blessing, but also a curse. Here we go. Get the heart knocked down. Decoy Snell's last bit of hit points. Ooh, what a read there! Mirage through the opponent. 5P catching it. But it's gonna have to, yeah, it was still at least 1/3 of Rijeka's life bar to work through, and Rijeka has found the means to make the points manifest. We are, so to speak, as we say in the industry, we are on board, and we are not free. Nice pickup. 6B initially whips, and the minions coming down from the sky extremely fast, rather extremely slow after that 2S launcher. I think they made a lot of changes to how the minions are launched during Season 2. And now you got a lot of different angles to work with if you want to go for very interesting setups. I think there's still like a lot of potential that is not necessarily fully explored when it comes to Jacko tech. Or just, you know, a lot of obscure stuff that you can still probably come up with that stuff. A basic dig throw, we set up. Good blocks initially by Decoy Snell. But sooner or later, you're gonna succumb into the hits. You can't keep standing still forever either in Guilty Gear games. Because every single block, every single strike that you block will move you closer and closer to death as your risk ramps up and as you take more. Oh! That might have been a miss input there from Decoy Snail now. Rijeka with the movements lands in front and whiff punishes the 2K from Decoy Snail. Very nice. If it was not obvious yet, I think we have a run back happening here. We've found something if we are Rijeka Milia. And it does make sense because, you know, both of these characters are fairly technical and fairly challenging to pilot at neutral. As well as, you know, when you play somebody for the first time, if you don't know how they approach to playing their character or approach playing the matchup, it can take a couple of rounds to sort of adjust to what your enemy is putting down. Very nice whiff punish once again. I think it's especially the whiff punishes that have been starting to work out for Rijeka. Sort of being able to see the trajectories and the intention of your opponent. Very important when you're trying to find those whiff punishes in pretty much any fighting game. But especially for Milia, because Milia has so much potential with her mobility to make those whiff punishes happen. But now being worked in the corner and a quick cash out. Or rather, not even a cash out, just does a casual combo and ends up doing just enough damage to take out Milia. We are, of course, one of the pixiest characters in the game, and even though Jacko's combo damage was considerably nerfed, I think I think it's fair to say a lot of her explosive firepower came from the Elysian Driver super. And now that basically all supers have been nerfed, her cash out potential is much less than it used to. Oh, not having time to set up the disc, or perhaps missing the input. Okay, taking a big gamble, putting themselves into the corner with the turbo fall, but luckily able to score the hit and procure the lost real estate here for Rijeka. Here we go with the multiple air dashes, as well as Capel, as well as Turbo Fall. Milia, this character has so many ways of confusing your opponent when you are airborne as Milia. Uh-oh, 6K pokes into the disc. It's gonna be a clean conversion. No resources to make the heart knockdown happen this time. Ooh, and a great punish there, yeah. It's super important not to let that completely whiffed hair card to go unpunished if the Milia players go for it, because they sometimes might do. It is sometimes a jump scare from full screen that you are not ready to react to. Through the wall once again. Decoy Snail with working with very little. Nice minion parry there. but YRC, nice. All right, this could be the makings of the comeback. Now, here's the question. Is Rijeka gonna use the burst? And the answer is yes. We are gonna try to finish it up right here and now. Rijeka, third game in a row. The gamble has paid off. It was probably not the most safe play, but I think that was the most optimal play. Because Rijeka had such a massive life lead that sinking the burst into that round was very, very logical. Finds a close slash, prompting an immediate burst from Decoy Snail. But we are not done yet. Couple of frames, you blink and you miss it. Milia coming for you, setting it up once again. Cross up, all right. If Decoy can weather the storm here, unfortunately, there are still layers upon layers to this Assassin's mix-ups. Need Lost Shaker, good check there. But gosh, Rijeka's pace is just picking up. What happened? It was Decoy Snail's game majorly during the first moments of the set, but now it feels like Rijeka has so much more space. It feels like over 50% of the screen has slowly opened up to this Milia player. Here we go once again, try to... I think I saw the startup of 2S, but unfortunately not working out against that jump-heavy air dash from Milia. Through the wall once again, we have a massive life lead here. Decoy Snail is working with the burst and has to use it right here. Momentum, nice! Nice! Angle 6P tags the incoming minion. And able to mount a retaliation from that situation. Rijeka moving ever so closer to Decoy Snail's point total. Uh-oh, I think we have a disconnection here. Strive lobby moment. Let's steer the course as fast as we can. But that winner stays. But gosh, that's a major comeback already for Rijeka, I want to say. Decoy Snail had a very decent lead going on for them. Then Rijeka put the 3 straight up wins on the board, and now neighboring the score of Decoy Snail very, very closely. Okay, I think the players actually noticed. Rijeka calling out, "You can kill me." Okay, cool. So we're not gonna miss any of these rounds during these decisive moments, because every single game from now on is gonna count. If Decoy Snail gets one more, it's to the 6 points we go, and we all know how important, how difficult that position is to fight against in these FT7s. However, if Rijeka manages to bring this even, I dare say that the momentum is just completely on Rijeka's side at that point. All the paths still available for either one of these players to take the victory. Okay, let me flip this to a rematch. And we are heading back into the fray with a score position of 5-4, Decoy Snail having a slight lead. But momentum has to count for something. Speaking of momentum, I wonder, because they had an empty round here, it might have actually put Rijeka on ice for a little bit.
Mankind knew that they cannot change society.
Let's see who the minor pause is gonna favor here.
Let's rock.
Ooh, nice minion parry. No matter where that actually comes from, as long as you have the timing and the minion is close enough to, I guess, Milia's general position, that is definitely one way to deal with the left-right shenanigans from the air. And that was literally 2-3 touches. Jacko with the damage. More likely than you think in Guilty Gear Strive. Now momentum burst out of the corner. That was a very gambly play there. Immediately goes into into the Mirage, sort of saying that I think you're gonna be coming at me from the sky. And that was exactly what Decoy Snail was doing there as well. YRC, spin back the momentum. Milia only needs one. However, it's a little hard to set up like the best disc situation after a disc situation unless you sink some resources into it. Now /punish. Nice, full screen corner carry, and it's a deflect shield. Very nice, gets massive value out of that. Even though that it didn't end up working for Decoy Snail, I think that's still a fair you know, fair gamble, fair deficit, fair play there. If you still want to fight for that round, because, you know, unless you deflect Milia back in that situation, it's gonna be looking really grim. Now nice air-to-air, leading into full conversion as well. We got a couple of minions as well. Super jump. Here, oh, wait a second, what did Milia get attacked by there? 2S works as an anti-air. Oh, the RC, the Red Roman cancel, completely negating the effect of the deflect shield. That is a peculiar mechanic as well. I think if you touch the deflect shield, but then Red Roman cancel, that's gonna negate all of the pushback. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed Decoy Snail moving to the 6 points. The icing has worked to a certain extent. Very close to bringing it home for the Jacko player base. Goes for a very hard bait there on the second wave, unleashing the Gold Burst. However, Gold Burst extremely hard to punish. Trying to set it up, set the disc up a little. That was a bluff disc if I've ever seen one. You just needed to recognize that that's not gonna reach and just backdash out of it. Spend the Red Roman cancel, keep the pressure alive, get that throw, and get the setup. What a time to sink the 50 meter into the pressure resets. Good call out from Rijeka, but good call out on that 2K as well on the landing frames. Able to low profile under that air dash jump heavy and then punish Milia on the landing. Barely mixing that 2D. Here we go, close slash into a big combo. Gonna have to break the wall here. Not using meter to break it this time. Interesting. Hold still. A little bit of plus frames and the jump heavy. The big stop sign again with the hard bait. But Decoy Snail once again releasing the burst right after the bait. However, it's not. Oh no! No way! Another disconnection. Help! Help! Red alert! Red alert! Let's see if we can salvage this. I think I have a fairly large suspicion that the players might be on point with our spectating situation as well. So hopefully, hopefully we're not gonna miss any of these decisive last games. Yep, the players noticed, I think. Yep. Okay, good. It's been really interesting watching this matchup between... It's like always when it's like a couple of really rare characters. And even though you could argue that Jacko... I mean, I guess Jacko could still qualify as a fairly rare character, and Milia definitely. So seeing a matchup you don't see played every single day is very educational, very entertaining, very interesting. I went into this matchup thinking like... Oh, let me hold on to that thought for just a second. Let's flip this back to a rematch. But yeah, I went into this matchup being like, oh man, I wonder if Milia actually gets to do any of her like air shenanigans. Does Milia get like enough space to move in this matchup? And then on the other hand, does Jacko ever get an opportunity to summon for Milia could potentially be very, like, in a manner of couple of frames, be in your face, but it kind of looks like it's both and neither of those. It does seem like a very sort of player skill governed matchup, depending on, oh, gets the punish with the disc here. Reset into the disc once again, and Wild Assault ready to go. This time we're gonna go into the hard knockdown. Ever so important. Oh, Bad Moon! Wait, was that the first Bad Moon of the set? Come to think of it, Rijeka hasn't really relied on the Old Faithful all too much. Nice whiff punish there, the massive reach of that 2D. Catches whatever decoy Snell was pushing that time. The burst, but again, Rijeka so ready to check it, not giving Decoy Snail any opportunities to set up the shop. And the missed throw working against Rijeka here. Drift back and forth. The minion parry once again. It's so beautiful to see. Oh, and picks it up as well. Into a setup. Here we go. Decoy Snail with a lot of resources. Good FD pushing Decoy Snell just far enough so that the 5D wasn't gonna... Oh my god, and the 2P! The 2P calls out the blue assault! Rijeka making waves happen! What's it gonna be? Yellow RC! Not quite ready to block that time or bait it. Any hit is gonna be big. And there it is. The turbo fall into air dash jump heavy. We are going into the last game of this matchup. And what a roller coaster ride has it been. Rijeka started up, I think 0-3 disadvantage, was it? But then slowly working their way back, and now we arrive here. 6 points each. Assault, set it up. Yep. Oh, I wonder if that was an accidental minion pickup. Bouncing them back and forth. Rijeka just not finding the jump out of the corner. Finally finds it. And still with a decent amount of life to spend as well, so it's not too bad for Rijeka so far. In fact, we are mixing it up, trademark. Good recognition for Decoy Snail. Notice it, that's not gonna be a meaty disc, so I could potentially jump out of it if Milia doesn't check me. Blue Assault once again during the guard break of the Blue Assault gets to set up minions, gets to better their position, and Forever Illusion Driver should take this round. Advantage going to Decoy Snail. Jacko.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Relatively even amount of burst resources here. First hit goes in the way of Rijeka. The deflect shield working kinda good, but you know, even if you push Milia away, it only takes a couple of frames for her to dash back in there. Hold this. But despite, I think that's gonna be plus frames, but it's not plus enough for you to fully dash in there, and Rijeka is making it very interesting. The script is playing as perfectly as it could be. Full burst, ready to go for this last round of this set. No takebacks. This is it for all the marbles. The burst has been spent by Rijeka. Got out of the corner. Difficult situation has been cleared with the use of that precious resource. And so it is unleashed by Decoy Snail. Whoa, perfect timing on that. Did you see that on the landing frames? And now potentially mixing it up. Here comes the Capel. Doesn't get that perfect anti-air timing. And now Rijeka could potentially be looking. One more combo, one more hit, one more mix-up for the road. This is it. What's it gonna be? The cross-up with the turbo fall. Decoy Snail is not close to the burst yet. Reversal. Illusion Driver. Did he press the button? No, he didn't. But he had so much meter that he could cancel out of it. But alas, none of that makes any difference. Rijeka recovers the lost distance, dashes in there, presses Milia's buttons. Holy shit. The comeback story for Rijeka this set. I was so sure for a while that Decoy was gonna bring it home, but at the very end, flipping it on its side, what a set that was. Well played for both warriors. Whew. And that was that was something else. The warrior spirit to never give up, even in the face of a little bit of a disadvantage when it comes to numbers. This is exactly why you never say never when it comes to fighting games. Alright, where can we even go after that? I mean... there are spoilers, there are pictures on the wall. When it comes to this guy, when Radune Leo steps in to play Guilty Gear Strive, you know that some shit is gonna go down one way or another. It's Whammel's turn. Whammel Pridget from the UK, answering the call of the jungle, has to somehow hold it out. Keep this gorilla contained. We have the tools, we have the range, but man is Radune Leo explosive. You might be expecting DPs, flash kicks from all sorts of unexpected angles, 2Ds from downtown, from half screen away, full screen away. You're gonna see wild blaze back and forth, and the only, or rather not the only, but the biggest question is it gonna be, how is Whammel gonna hold out against the onslaught of aggressivity? That's not even an English word. Aggressiveness of Radune Leo. Alright, let me send Whammel a quick info beam. Yeah, what even is English? It's strange. At the same time, English is one of the simplest languages there is. Fairly easy to learn, fairly easy to understand grammar. Yet when it's spoken, when it's written, it is a complete, absolute clusterfuck. Such a polarizing language, is it not? But I mean, there are certain reasons why English is considered the lingua franca of the world. Is that proper thing to say? It's basically the universal language at the moment, and that basically attributed to how simple English is to learn compared to many other languages. My American wife, for instance, is learning Finnish at the moment, which is completely on the other side of the spectrum. One of the most fucked up languages you could ever learn. Public service announcement: don't learn Finnish for fun, because it is not fun to learn. It is quite hard. Anyway, we're not talking about languages, we're talking about Guilty Gear Strive. Whammel Pridget going off against none other than Radune Leo. The showman himself returns on screen.
Change society. So instead of reflecting on themselves, they blame the
And Whammel, her discipline is gonna be tested. Radune Leo will test you. I repeat, Radune Leo will test you. Make no mistake. Bring forth your A game. Bring forth your Leo matchup knowledge. For this is gonna be a roller coaster ride. Here we go.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
And there we go. Of course, it's the DP. It wouldn't be a Radune set unless we start with a DP. But however, Whammel immediately presenting the... Oh, wait, what was the hit there? Looked like a little weird, as if the yo-yo actually screwed up the combo. Save jumps on the board, check! One really important feature has been conquered, or rather, put on display that we can in fact derive value in such way. Oh, the spacing! The spacing! It is very unsafe to go for turbulence there, that back turn entering. Oh, did she see it? Yes, she did! Here comes the super, and it actually interrupting it before Radune has a chance to cancel it. That was actually kind of smart. And burst, willing to fight for the first point of the set. Here we go, betting it all. DP, Whammel, patiently waiting for the opportunity to punish. Oh, that was actually a pretty good Sonic Boom there. Break it, 6P, working out as intended, and Radune was almost, oh, that 2D almost got there before, before Whammel's buttons went online. But that's the make or break. Especially like forward dash momentum 2D, it's like the counterplay against it can sometimes be up to frames. Here we go. Into the throw, and here comes Radune Leo getting thrown out of their back turn stance. Whammel representing some really wild options herself. And this time, immediate burst Radune. Kinda had to do it. He only had so little life to spend that the next hit, whatever it's gonna be from Whammel, it's probably gonna seal the deal. So the ending of the match kinda scripted. Sort of. Kind of.
Mankind.
On 99% of the cases, it's gonna play out like that when both players are sort of aware of what kind of needs to happen here. Ooh, missing the blue burst. Whammel bursting a little too fast here. Radune was already on sort of a trajectory to be blown back. Ooh, cool combo though. Holy, back and forth? What are these combos? Into Roger Punch. And now we're setting it up. What's it gonna be? Radune Leo with a lot of resources. No flash kick this time. Still has the opportunity. RC, airtight low. Yeah, that's one way to outplay the opponent trying to aggressively reversal out of your string. Make it RC, airtight, go into a low. If they're trying to flash kick during that moment, well, they're definitely not holding down or down back. Here we go. Radune sneaking in slicking a little bit of a buster, planting those trees. Maybe not as good at planting trees as some other characters like Potemkin, but the way how Radune Leo prints value from that command grab, it always comes out of nowhere. It comes at such infrequent intervals that it's kind of hard to get used to or remember that it's even an option. Missing the full DP punish here this time, Whammel. Nice punish, yep, that 2D is gonna be quite punishable, I think. Oh, nice drift backwards and a big counter hit punish, here we go. What are we cooking up? Oh, drop the combo! Radune completely ready to jump on it. Speaking of jumping on things, oh my goodness. Wild Assault into 2D, but the miss on the turbulence once again, punished by Whammel. Radune is not done yet though. Parry strike lands as a hit. And we go even further beyond. YRC, a burst, oh my goodness. Finds the gap. Oh, but that's too close, that's too close. The turbulence has to be very well spaced if it's to be safe on block, especially against Bridget, who has pretty decent reach in a lot of her buttons.
Duel 1.
I wonder, is 2S fast enough to punish turbulence? I kinda forgot what that is exactly on block. But of course your usual go-to 2D K buttons and P buttons are always gonna punish it if you can reach. Into fully charged 5D. Okay, okay. We are cashing out with the big ones. Back dash, yep. Ready to block, and Radune Leo is gonna face some amount of punishment here. Do we split sides? Yes, indeed. Oh, didn't get the side switch, but doesn't matter. The fully charged 5D is gonna end up putting enough damage on the table. Nice whip punish on that. Was that parry stance whip or far slash? Gonna miss it, and again, ready to RPS, or rather, not even RPS, to simply just react to the Berserker Slash, which is the cross-up tool that Leo players love to use here and there. Blue Assault, use it as a setup tool. And Radune Leo once again, ready to flash kick at the most opportune moment. Back turn D, initially blocking or reflecting the jump, the far slash. YRC, get off me. Radune Leo immediately ready to flash kick. Air dash out of that jump in, one more hit. Either one, nice! It's Radune who's grabbing reversals this time. Oh, how have the tables turned? Yes, the usual Radune plays with 2D. If you think that the opponent is not close enough to punish, queue up a flash kick. They might just press into it. Alright, but Whammel mixing it up, getting the wall break, getting the hard knockdown. And what's it gonna be? Are we gonna set it up? Are we gonna play it safe? Safe jump into a throw. That might have actually been the startup of... I think that was not a flash kick this time around, but Whammel played it perfectly when it comes to the frame situation. Is it already 3 games? God, this is going pretty fast. I mean, the games are always fast and furious when it comes to Radune Leo. It's actually pretty good. The 2S was able to momentarily catch Radune out of that back turn stance. So gotta be very careful. I think the RPS against the 2S from Bridget is that because you can't let her get as close as many other players or many other characters, you would unleash your back turn strike much earlier and try to anticipate her from 2S'ing you out at that stance. Right, into the corner we go. Glow slash hits home, and this is a pretty low hit, so maximum damage coming in. Could even be a kill, not quite. With the lower amount of overdrive, safe jump, finds it, plays. I think Radune was probably trying to flash kick into RC there to call out the safe jump, because we did indeed have the amount of resources. However, you do need to clear the execution check that is to perform a flash kick on the first reversal frame. Oh, and here we go. Are we gonna see a burst? Radune is this time choosing to hold it, which ended up being the better play. I think Whammel was sort of worried about the burst from Radune Leo. DPRC immediately. We are gonna go into the corner. Oh, never mind. Just opting to sort of set up a makeshift mix-up situation there with the use of that DPRC. Oh, that's close enough to be punished. Radune immediately unleashes the momentum burst, putting Whammel into the corner. But look at that, the massive range that Bridget has in her repertoire. Set it up. I think that was a flash kick. But the yo-yo comes back at a not the best timing, grabbing Radune out of the turbulence cancel. Good reaction, saving themselves. But the yo-yo twirl, that should be a good hit, scoring Whammel another game. And I think one of the most important things when you play against a wild player like Radune, you gotta finish your plate when it comes to your combos. I think at the moment Whammel is sort of exerting a very decent mix of being respectful, but also being, oh my goodness, another throw. Radune Leo didn't buy it, but you better believe it. Third one in a row, I will still do it. After like 2 or 3 same options, that's when you get to the fun part of the looping RPS. That's when players are starting to say, no way they're gonna play the same option again. And then you do, and then it's kind of like a 200 IQ moment of sorts. Ooh, okay. Then the wall break. Now this is not the best. You usually, as a Leo player, wouldn't love to break the wall like this, but I think it's completely fine because Radune had such a massive life lead going through that wall. If it was much more even, then you could argue that that's a no good. Again, punch on the 2D. Here we go. Oh, tried to go for a funny setup here, I think. It's Radune Leo waking up with that throw this time around. Roger breaks Radune out of that parry stance. The DP works out. What's it gonna be? Crumbling into the turbulence. Oh, kind of nice, kind of looking cool there. Uh-oh, too close. Yep, 2K. We'll reach that time. Doesn't believe in the setup. Here we go. The back turn is massive reach there. Calls out the backdash from Whammel. Both players loaded with meter. But since it's Radune releasing the massive hitbox, the big stop sign, there wasn't a whole lot of stuff that Whammel could have done there. And as we say, we on board, boys and girls. Alright. The burst comes out as gold for probably the joy of Whammel. Again, what is that? The same situation keeps occurring where Whammel has the passive yo-yo set up and then it ends up screwing her combo. But Radune Leo will happily take advantage of that. We're taking every single opportunity to slash at the opponent. With RPS once again, Whammel stays patient, stays safe, and ready to punish on the turbulence once again. Ooh, airtight 5D finds Radune pressing something or blocking the wrong direction. Is also the possibility. Here it comes once again. They are so far and wide apart. It's been exactly 4 or is it 5 games since we saw that command grab. And Whammel probably, as did I, already forgot about that existence of the move. Right back to the neutral we go. 3P is S. Oh, this time we find that frame trap. It's that frame trap has been so many games in the making. And look at the damage. Look at the cash out. One more hit potentially. Here comes the Radune Leo. Dashing forward, catches that throw, catches the DP. The RPS, the same RPS goes both ways. Radune has been able, in a quick succession, acquire 2 points. Have we finally reached the rhythm that, you know, the rhythm of the RPS that Radune enjoys playing? Has he thrown off the timing of Whammel? We shall see. So far, it seems like the Gorilla is completely out of the gate. Radune has even 50 meter here. We're going into the corner with the use of Wild Assault. Nice. This means that we have 50 meter to break the wall with the super. And one more hit. Whammel, what's it gonna be? You don't even have 20 meter. Sorry, not 50 meter. There we go. The DPRC. But this is a lot of meter. A lot of resources to put in a situation that, yeah, even at the end of that, you're gonna be at a massive life disadvantage. It's almost like a situation where there really aren't right or wrong, or rather right options. Everything is wrong. Close slash. Big damage comes in as far as crit damage is considered. And now it's all... sorry about that. Almost the opposite of last round. 6P. Perfectly on point there. Right, S-boom. Calls Whammel out of the sky. Footsies Manelek inte. Set the Swedish man as Radune dunked Whammel from half screen in that successive 2D exchange. 2D into DP. We set it up. Backdash. Call out the throw. It's a lot of damage. One more. Here we go. Is it gonna be RC'd? No, not this time. Dash through, overhead. Man, you're not gonna see any of those maneuvers coming. You're just gonna have the good old-fashioned way guess. What's it gonna be? Back, front, high, low? Are we gonna fuzzy mash? What are we gonna do? Leo Whitefang in this game. A true weapon X. Unseeable pressure. You get your opponent in a back turn stance, they're gonna be guessing for their life. Yo-Yo comes back. Aggressive one this time, trying to hold Radune in the corner. Burst used by both players. There we go. The dash into S. Catches the fish this time. Ooh, very nice break out of the Yo-Yo twirl. Very preemptively producing a hitbox that Radune collided with. Through the wall we go. It's a tough situation for Radune. Managed to land a hit, but there's a lot of resources that's being currently accumulated by Whammel, Bridget. And just a simple 5 heavy. Sorry, 5 slash. I mean, it's kind of hard to distinguish between Bridget's heavies and slashes. Here we go, planting small trees. Once again, cross up in the corner. You are not safe against the Berserker slash cross up. Here we go, scooting at the perfect distance straight into the throw setup. Archer holding down the fort, finding the hit. Oh, getting an accidental side swap. So potentially being what makes or breaks this this combo. Reversal DP. Oh my god, another one! Is it gonna be enough? Oh no! Oh, there was a slowdown there. Couple of frames lost, but luckily it didn't end up costing Whammel the combo. And still in a decent lead, 2 points. Nothing to scoff at. It's for a lot of players, it is the minimum amount of comfortable lead that you can have in an FT7 set. Alright, break the wall, Chesto! And it's what's it gonna be? Safe jump, as per usual. I mean, when you are playing against a trigger-happy opponent, you probably, no matter what options they represent, you're probably gonna play the safe jump option all the... What? That's one way to do it? Another one? Is it time to burst yet? Radune Leo is holding on to it. There it is. Got decent amount of value by holding on to that burst for a long time. But still, at the end, even after the burst, you still gotta win 1 RPS. Otherwise, you're never gonna get into the position where you can seal the deal. SDP nicely punished by Whammel. Did seem like she wasn't in the range to go for a full punish initially, but still making it work. Back turn heavy, overhead ends up whipping a little too early. Into the airtight low, I believe, caught by the jump D. And now we're mixing. What's it gonna be? Any gaps? Any gappers? There we go, there's the gap. And you bet your ass that if there is a gap, Radune Leo is ready to DP it. Preventing the anime dash from happening, not letting Whammel have the full screen dash into a throw. Putting the back turn S in there. Good anti-air. And putting the lion in the corner. No, never mind. We're just getting a very early break here. And it's not a big deal for Bridget to go back to neutral because you are generally gonna be the favorite to win the neutral as well. Another wall. Falls victim of Whammel's set play and waiting for the burst. Radune doesn't bite. There it is. All right, pretty good. That's actually super great that Radune has been able to play the burst metagame. Oh my goodness, what is this old Guilty Gear? The scooter launches Whammel just high enough to be perfectly aligned for the air throw. Scoops Radune out of the sky, moves into 6 points advantage. There we go. Straight landing into the throw. Once again, Radune aggressively pressing the 2D as soon as possible. Here we go, DP. And this should lead into a very decent combo. Kind of forced to break this wall. Again, this is not the most optimal scenario against strong zoners, but you know, when you have a life lead and a resource lead like this, I don't think you mind all too much. Bam! Radune Leo still alive, not ready to give up this matchup just yet. Ooh, good good instant blocks. Too bad Radune Leo was able to play that. Oh, here we go with the punish. Perfect timing on the DP. Sorry, the burst. A lot of really good plays here from Whammel in this left corner. First, timing the burst perfectly, and then baiting the DP from Radune. But now, back in the neutral, we are the rocket launcher. That is Leo 2D coming through, getting the heart knockdown, backdashing. Oh, that was actually a punish, I think. The blue RC delaying Radune's flames long enough for the 2S to punish. Into 5D once again. That's the second time Whammel has played that, and it pays off. We are moving on to the set point position for Whammel. Bringing in the big guns, the big rewards. Nice combo, scooting right into the perfect meaty. And a wild assault, here we go. Maybe 2 hits away. Oh, misses the throw, goes for it a little too early. And here comes Radune. Break it, break them. We're still in it to win it. Leg of the King extends into a block string. The second overhead is not blocked. Of this, Radune is holding. Oh, but he's not holding for very long. The cross up, the trade in favor of the King. Here we go. Too far. There's no punish unless you're in K range. Apparently for Leo, for Bridget. And finds the back turn B. We are still in it to win it. Radune advancing into almost the championship rounds. Can't make a single mistake, but he's ever so closer to flipping this matchup around. But let's see what Whammel has to say about that one. DP, immediate momentum burst. Oh my god, they're both going ape here. And despite all that pace of the match, Whammel is still ready to throw the Berserker Slash on reaction. Always ready, always reacting, always mindful of the matchup. Here we go. Max hit. Is it gonna be enough? Not quite. Once again. Radune has 50. Oh, hello. Radune still with the 50 meter. Using it to combo out of this DP. However, here's the YRC. Flips the momentum on its back. Scooter goes wrong way. Back to neutral. Who's it gonna favor? Oh my god, Radune actually chooses to play this. Tries to frame trap into Turbulence once again, which technically would have been good if Whammel chose to mash with a strike. However, it was the throw. It ended up catching Radune. And now set point once again. Radune has the knockdown, but the aggressive pressing of the buttons from Whammel in the corner. Close slash. We are knocking the opponent away from the corner. Probably not what Whammel wanted. Punish that air dash. Start up. Here we go. It's so close. Whammel can probably taste it. Taste it in her mouth. The sweet, sweet taste of victory. But here comes Radune. The forward dash momentum 2D in the corner. One more. And another one. But die and live by the sword. Radune goes for another 2D. But one more 2D too much. For it is too close. Whammel is respecting and ready to punish it. Wild stuff. It is complete and utter dispenser of jungle juice. My goodness. But Whammel able to keep it tight all the way till the end, or rather should we say tight enough to survive the onslaught that is Radune Leo. Good set though, good hustle once again. Radune never failing to entertain, truly. Okay, chat room. It's time for those guys. Anime memes. One of the deadliest Inno players in Europe, or the EMEA region, should we say. Jufee. One of the most dangerous Nago players in Finland. But at the same time, as an extension, probably one of the nastiest Nago players also in the EMEA region. Jufee, a player that is a little lesser known outside of Finland. Make no mistake though, if you underestimate the explosiveness of this absolute war machine. Rocking the JALLUMINATI colors, rocking the 1-star Jallu, aka Jalovina, the theme drink of our friendly esports organization, who is at a very terrifying pace acquiring all of the top Finnish talents into their roster. Here we go, Jufee, second week in a row. Let me fix the names as well.
Knew that they cannot change society. So instead of reflecting on themselves,
can he do it? 2 weeks in a row. Last week it was a very strong performance, but now we are upping up. We are upping up. We are upping. we are uppies. We're bounty hunters. Please forgive us. The quality of the opponent is maximum. Your performance has to be optimal. But at the same time, it goes both ways. The control of Inos over the brutality of this character. There, we're just stepping on the gas right off the bat. This is Jufee Nagoriyuki. If you think you can get a breathing moment, think again. Although, now that I say it, there are some things to be considered when high blood play comes into effect. Ino does have some pretty decent screen controlling tools, such as this horizontal chemical love, or rather, should we say chemical love, because we don't have VCL anymore in this game. Very nice tool in addition to note for holding, or rather RPSing the movement options of Nagoriyuki when he cannot use blood to advance. But it is kind of hard to get him in there, and anime memes with the magic knowledge. But oh no! Misses the wall break! This is tragedy. Jufee, as a for solidarity's sake, ends up whipping their own burst completely as well. Ooh, the clone Kukyo completely avoids the incoming laser beam though. YRC, get off me. Here we go. Set it up. What's it gonna be? Ooh, what's this setup? What's he cooking? What was he cooking? I guess we never know, but maybe we'll see more of that in the future of this set. With the DP, first hit, and after that it's gonna be true high-low. And anime memes choosing to sing a song. That was a very nice escape there. I think Jufee might have actually completely screwed up the setup after the DP first hit. Here we go. Lots of blood spent in there. Kukyo as well. But you bet your ass this player has a perfect amount of math. Oh, and now the math ends up not making any difference, or rather, no, it does not do anything. Here we go, all in. Is it gonna be enough? Burst into the combo. It's gonna combo and the overhead. Jufee, the madman, unleashing the checkmate, Shizu. RPS goes all in, finds the hit at the perfect moment so that it combos into Blood Rage Explosion. Go starting it up with a bang. White assault. On block, gonna be fairly flush. Close slash, nice pickup as well. Able to pick up a lot of different kinds of nasty combos out of those close slash trades. And I think this is lights out. Even with a reduced amount of supers, we're gonna go through the screen in a body bag this time around. Alright, anime memes makes their way in there before Jufee's special move goes active into a low. Wall slump, yep, this is actually, as long as, if your opponent has a full burst, then you might as well wall slump them as if it was Season 2, right? Because they're basically not gonna get any extra resources. If they're full on burst, they're not gonna get any of that extra burst from the subsequent slumps. Oh my god, like a complete reversal of momentum. I talked about some smack, and Jufee already recovering from the right wall, brings it to the west coast and takes anime memes out once again. Very nice. The early neutral jump completely avoids the wild assault this time from Nago. Nice. The stroke, the big tree, reaches far, reaches wide. And here we go into the mix-up game of Ino. The 50 meter is very important for Ino when you're performing these high wall slumping combos, because, you know, unless, like, if you wall slump somebody very high up in the... Oh, the Gold Burst actually ends up calling out the Megalomania, or rather countering it, even through the massive plus the info frames. Alright, we're here in the game, and Jufee gaming very fast. The burst, basically guaranteeing that Anime Memes gets to play a little bit of that high blood stuff, but Jufee doesn't let it revolve back into the full screen neutral when we are full blood. Getting back in there as soon as possible into the striking distance and denying all optimal neutral play from Anime Memes. It's kind of like Jufee, whenever he chooses to burn the blood, he makes sure that as a result, in the end, he's gonna be at very close distance. But here's, again, the deliberate burst from Anime Memes, taking a couple of high blood builders and then waiting until you can burst Nagoriyuki back into the neutral with high blood. But it just looks like it doesn't do anything. Jufee, when he has at least one bar or close to one bar of blood still active, he finds a way. Once again, the 5 PP. The jump in. Oh, here we go. Big damage coming in for Nagoriyuki. Is at a relatively high blood, and the higher blood you are, the more damage you're also gonna take. Ever so important. Oh my goodness, the setup. Jufee, the balls to grab the opponent out of that. Was that a safe jump? We're gonna find out soon. Yes, it was. And straight into the super. Anime Memes means business. Completely whiffing each other. Jufee's burning a lot of blood here at the early seconds of the round 3. Counting properly. 1, 2, 3. Now good setup for Anime Memes. Finds the jump D, finds the conversion, and gets the... Oh, it's gonna move though! This is what I was talking about. It's so important to have the meter, the 50 meter, as you are wall slumping them. I think Anime Memes got it too late there. Has the burst. And ready to bait it, yeah. We are in that, you know... I kind of want to rename this situation something really snappy. When you are in that situation where you know you have to burst or the next hit will kill you, but the opponent... Oh my goodness! Okay, we're definitely getting those strike throws. The wide assault round start is gonna put you at a distance where you're basically forcing your opponent to guess for blood-sucking universe and a strike. Here we go, skipping a hop in there. We have neutral skips for days, as long as the blood allows it. Oh, Jufee thought that was a bluff, and indeed that was! Too heavy, goes under and anti-airs Anime Memes from that approach. I wonder if that was meant to be so, or if that was just a miscalculation on Anime Memes' part. A burst here, Jufee. Oh, is there gonna be a burst? Oh, I think even if Jufee doesn't get hit here, that blood was gonna pop. So Jufee, as her last-ditch effort, was trying to get close enough to Anime Memes to explode on hit. Go once again, setting up a very safe wall slump here. Finds the overhead. Again? Yes, again we go. Plus frames. Building risk, and finally, because that was a higher wall slump, kind of has to take it this time around. Attempting a gold burst, Jufee, the trickster, and... Oh no, it doesn't reach! Oh, but okay. I was like, how many of you in this situation, holding the Blood Rage, holding the biggest ass sword in the history of fighting games, which one of you would just sit there and take the incoming chemical loves. Probably not too many. Alas, Jufee only had like 1 pixel of spent that time. Very nice catch on the backdash. Anime memes turning up the heat for sure. And this is a high blood situation once again for Jufee. What was that? The chemical love into an FRC, into quick approach. Tech I've probably never observed before, or if I have, I forgot about it. Step on the gas, step on anime memes, and break the wall with the massive 60% damage combo. Now this is already gonna set the pace for the rest of this rest of this round. Very nice timing for anime memes there on the burst. I'm gonna be honest, I thought this was gonna be straight up Jufee's round, but with that perfect amount of timing on the burst, anime memes actually looking like they're at a decent position to still take this. Blood-sucking universe and a chip damage is enough to deliver the killing blow, if you will. Once again, oh, as a counter hit, that's gonna go into a combo. Now that's gonna be a very pro-rated hit, so you're not gonna see those I was gonna say, you're not gonna see those 50% damage combos, but that was almost 50% damage on Ino. The deflect shield comes out at a very, very tragic moment, and Jufee not about to give up as we are heading into the last hit. Fishing situation finds it with that well-placed 5 heavy Jufee. Once again, with a 2-game lead, moving on with this set. It's gonna have to be some really nice precision play from anime memes. Anime memes once again trying with the 2S. I believe Ino 2S should be exactly the speed that you need to break Nagoriyuki out of the DP round start. Into Mad Love. Yep, had the 50 meter as well. So time to guess for your life as Jufee. I guess that wasn't too bad. If you get hit, you might as well get hit by the low that hits from basically full, from the like full, reach distance. So Jufee kind of had, after eating that hit, kind of had one more chance to play. But it is what it is. And once again, had to go through the wall this time without the hard knockdown. Nice. Drift forward, blue RC sees the 2 heavy going active. So plans there, fast start. Oh my goodness! The neutral fortissimo actually prevents Jufee from gaining any sort of footing there in the sky. That wasn't too bad. The added benefit of that was that if Jufee was to burn any special moves, was to burn any blood whatsoever, that fortissimo would have actually caught him. Here we go, time to guess. 6 heavy. It's a peculiar button. Even if you land it on block, it is gonna guard crush you, so even if it's -2 for Nago, it is, like we sort of talked about earlier this set, it is that situation where you guard break your opponent, so all button buffers are gonna be off the table, so you're just gonna have to find your perfect reversal button press, clean and organic. Deflect shield, very nice. Pushes anime memes far away from the mixing position, and Jufee also able to sort of press buttons quick after that. However, the life situation definitely not favoring Jufee here. It's a good trade. Nago players happy to trade round start DP most of the time. It's gonna cost you some meter, or rather gonna cost you some blood, but generally it's gonna be in your advantage. Lots of damage coming through, and sometimes you can even pick up at the combo. Oh my goodness. Anime is not willing to hold the 5 heavy, which is technically gonna be meaty after those knockdowns. Reaches for the throw. Anime memes reversals out of the situation and brings it 4 even. Now it's getting excited. Wouldn't you agree, chat room? Was a really fast start for Jufee, but now anime memes saying that no bro, it's gonna be even. It's gonna be like this. Well, it was a very early pop here by PP. And full stack ready to go. Anime memes feeling the pressure, unleashing the burst before any of that big damage goes through. But as a result of that plot pop earlier, Jufee still has some juice. And oh my god! If Jufee actually had the 50 meter there, that would have been a home run. Perfect guidance off the note there. For a moment, I thought that the clone Fukyo would have actually been able to go through, but at the very last moment, colliding with the note and exploding for a lot of fireworks. From below, into a decent blood drain. There was like quite a few heavy buttons in that combo. And here we go. The blood slowly coming available once again for Jufee. Chooses to end it in far slash and not RC. Interesting. Oh, counter hit, waiting for the burst. The burst never comes. Smart plays from anime memes. That would have definitely been a hero burst if I ever saw one. Giving a love, staying active long enough. Now Jufee, no defensive mechanics whatsoever. Still a little bit of blood to spend there. 5B tags out the dash forward attempt from anime memes initially. We find the hit, we have the meter, now conversion. But problem with this is not gonna be a hard knockdown. And Jufee has 50. Here it comes. Oh, patient plays from anime memes. Just opts to 6B, Jufee out of the sky, and play from there. Missing with the air hover dash jump heavy. No whip punish though. Oh, but here's a jump in from Jufee. Reaches from almost half screen. One more hit is what it all takes. There's the hit! And we're going through the wall. Is it enough? I think it's enough. Jufee could even RC here. Nope, it's just straight up gonna do enough damage. God damn, with the power of Jallu and God at his side, or anime or whatever you wanna call as your, spirit animals. The Finn has once again taken the lead. Oh, but you better bet your ass that anime memes is ready to play those RPS situations. Grabbing Jufee out of that Beyblade. Not in range to do anything that time. The YOLO dive gets the hit, but not getting Jufee out of the corner. In fact, it is the YRC that puts Jufee in a mix-up distance. Air dash jump. Once again, gliding past the low hitting moves. But now Jufee using the Beyblade. Still working with a kinda neutral-ish blood gain, but would definitely need a bite soon. Or maybe he doesn't. Maybe he doesn't. Here we go. Shizu. Checkmate is on board. Anime memes did have enough meter to hold the FD there and potentially block, but every one of those slices could be basically high-low, or some of those slices could be high-low, and some of those could be a reset into a throw as well. White is out a little too far that time, so Jufee not getting into the optimal strike throw distance with the wild assault that time. Punish? Not quite. It feels bad when you kind of bait the reversal super, but the reversal super bounces you so far when you're airborne. Jufee, it's a lot of blood spent once again. Next special move would be the pop distance. Now Jufee will have to find some alternative ways of procuring more blood here when we come out of this wall break. Oh, never mind, just goes into a Fukyo. Danger, danger. This is plus frames. Here comes anime straight into the throw. One more hit. What's it gonna be? Burst, but he can't Fukyo. Oh, never mind, he is definitely gonna Fukyo. Probably betting the farm. That was basically Jufee Fukyoing into Hail Mary, please give me blood-sucking universe. Ooh, nice bait there on the throw. Big 6 heavy goes through, prompting a burst from anime memes. Finds a hit, and he converts as well into 2K. Nice, blazing on the clone. And had just enough blood to pop there as well. Force them into the corner. We have the massive max range reach. 5 heavy into Hukyo, into mix-up. This boy be flowing, Nagoriyuki. But I'm actually surprised. The level of play here from anime memes has sort of forced Jufee to, for certain parts, slow down their game here and there. It goes to show how much, you know, respect that this aggressive player has for the opponent here today. Now Jufee working with a decent amount of resources as well as full blood gauge ready to be spent. Into a low, calls out Jufee's 6B. Here we go, this is dangerous. All options on the table. YRC baits it, no punish, too far, counter hit, immediate burst from anime memes. 6B, this should still, yep, gonna be plus. We're mixing, oh, but that's not gonna be plus. Yep, anime memes choosing to hold it instead of getting punished. No YOLOs here, especially at this life advantage. Or disadvantage. The backdash, the good read, we need one more. Deflect shield, and the same, oh no! The drop on the combo, and anime meme steals it. That was the perfect play for Jufee. That was a really nice play. Deflect, immediate burst, sorry, not immediate buttons into a punish, but he didn't finish the combo. Ooh, that's gonna hurt! Saves blood, but takes the life away from anime memes. Heals up the super, here we go. Now, chat room. I think this should not be a kill. Yep, going through the wall, but very, very limited capabilities here for anime memes. Yeah, I was initially reading for a reversal burst, I think, which was probably one of the few things that anime memes could have done. Could have also choose to fire reversal deflect shield, which theoretically would have pushed Jufee out of the range, so just choosing to hold there and kind of check the situation was fairly decent, fairly logical play for Jufee. Caught with a quick 1-2 and back to the 0 blood we go. Slide back in there, finds an initial hit and a big combo. No OTG, but basically, yeah, this is checkmate. I think this is the place where, wait, Jufee was about to pop there. I didn't even notice it. I thought Jufee still had a couple of bars left. So that was way tighter than, that was a very tight round there, even though it looked like Jufee was completely in control. Diving under, 6P from Nagoriyuki recovers just in the nick of time. Here we go, Mad Love with the new increased combo potential for a lot of these combos. We're going into hard knockdown, and was it a safe jump? The eternal question. No, it was not. Probably an empty low or an empty throw. Jufee gets a big blood return from one of the whatever snow we just shed. And the wall break. Still on the downwards momentum on the blood. Jufee can play this very safe. Or can he? Can he? Oh no, anime memes did not. Oh my god! The RPS you've never seen before! If you say you've seen that before, don't bullshit me, chat room. That was fucking epic. But now, Jufee on a set ball. Here comes the missile, that is the Scarlet Witch. Break the wall, has to take it with a, no, never mind, doesn't have to take it without a hard knockdown. Use the Wild Assault, the color is red, and now we're slowly sliding in there. Anime memes is looking to make this 6 even. Looking pretty good so far. Jufee, burst, no meter. What's it gonna be? Gold burst is baited, but not punished. However, with the low amount of life that Jufee had after that situation, he was still not plus. Remember, even if the gold burst is not quite punishable in that distance, you're still gonna be quite minus. And forced to hold the opponent's pressure afterwards. And now we arrive to the last game. Oh my god, the Madman. And another! A Madman knows another one! Throwing straight after the gold burst. Jufee, does he not get to utilize any of these resources? Through the wall we go. Have to still hold this. All the keys are in Jufee's hand. Which one are we gonna reach for? Both players opting to play it fairly safe. Not taking any chances. But now Jufee is burning. He's coming. He's burning. What's it gonna be? Ground them with the 6 heavy. Look at that. Risk. Boom! That's Kusaneka counter. However, the conversion was not was not one of those Kusadeka counter converts that you were hoping for, and Anime Memes actually steals that away from Jufee. That was such a great setup for Jufee, but the combo choice was not tailored towards the guaranteed critical hit, sorry, the counter hit. Now here comes Anime Memes. Is this the nail on the coffin? We breaking? No, we're not breaking. We're just letting the opponent have a little bit of extra burst. Yep. No matter how much you got, here it is, Anime Memes with that's surely gonna be enough. Finds the round and the set ending command grab. He busted it out for the first time. What a run back from Anime Memes, being in basically the underdog position a lot of this set, and then at the last moment flipping the set on its side, as we say. Holy shit balls. I'm still going in my mind, going back to that, you know, that setup for Jufee. He had the full crit, the counter hit, the oh my god, let me take a moment to process what the fuck just happened. He had the full risk. 2K landed as massive counter, and I think it popped the opponent. Like, Jufee had such a good confirm that it was too good for the confirm that he was going for. I think Jufee was going for a no counter hit, no big counter hit confirm, but because it was a big counter hit, he could have actually converted into a kill. So as a result, ended up missing that combo. I think what happened there. God. What a thriller. I'm speechless. That's you know, I don't even care who won that. In my heart, both players were winners tonight in the last set of bounty hunters. My goodness. My goodness. They're so handsome, they're so knowledgeable, they're so good, they're gamers. Alrighty then. We've reached the end of our show. And what a show it was again. Thank you so much for making this happen, all of y'all players, viewers, and everybody involved in the making of these fine face-offs. All right, let me see if there's any Guilty Gear Strive action going on in the EMEA region at the moment that is worthy of a raid. Striving for Progress is on. Which is probably where we are gonna hop after this. Yep, let's do that. Let's go check out Striving for Striving for Bros. All right. It's about time to wrap this up. I'm exhausted. My words are not coming through as is the most optimal for normal human beings. Therefore, cut to the credits. If you want to sign up for the show next week, you know where to look. Join my Discord. Sign up forms, Google Docs over there. That said, I bid you all great rest of your Sunday evening and the start of your week. We shall see you again next Sunday, same time, 5 p.m. CEST. Rock on, bounty hunters. Peace.